Уху! Я успел, просто успел. Чисто по-человечески успел. Я думал, все, опоздаю, не успею. Ну, в смысле, запустить стрим. Потому что до этого я ходил в магазин, надо было закупиться. И по сути я, когда ходил в магазин, я вот так быстро пробежал, потому что надо по-бырому, а то скоро уже стрим надо запускать. Вот. Будем смотреть Gamescom. Поэтому всем добро пожаловать. Так. У меня русский включу сейчас. Так. Рабочий стол. Да, ништяк, все работает. Пока немножко вернем. Все проверяю, все как работает. Вот. Ну теперь да, теперь возвращаемся. Ой, не туда, вот сюда. Короче, ребятки, всем привет еще раз. Всем, кто подтянется, кто будет смотреть, может в записи. Давайте подписывайтесь на мой канал. Вам контент, а мне поддержка. Уху! Начинаем! Игры, нам покажут игры.
It's known as Cathedral City, the metropolis on the Rhine, or simply Köln.
Oh, Köln!
The next 4 days, a Brit like
oh, yeah.
Say, Cologne is the epicenter of gaming, as hundreds of thousands of developers, publishers, artists, and fans converge on this bustling German city for the biggest gaming event in the world. And of course, Xbox is at the center of it all, as me and my fellow Xbox One cohorts catch up with some of the minds behind the games making headlines and wish lists. Plus, we've got some Xbox news coming up that you're not going to want to miss. So, keep it here as we bring you wall-to-wall coverage of the must-play games, updates, and fan-favorite franchise coming to a PC, handheld, or Xbox console near you. Speaking of Xbox consoles...
Ай, красавчик! Сюда! Ай, красавчик! На нафиг!
The Xbox showcase in June, one of the many cool things that we unveiled was the Xbox 25th anniversary collection with a translucent green Xbox Series X and Xbox wireless controller. And this limited edition collection celebrates 25 years of Xbox. Time flies. But since then, I think it's fair to say that fans have been eager to learn how to get their hands on these. And today we're excited to share more and also give you a closer look at what makes this collection so special. And joining me now are Scott Van Vliet, our Xbox Chief Technology Officer, and Carl Ledbetter, Head of Design for Xbox Devices. Welcome guys, welcome to Gamescom.
Henry, thank you for having us here, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. And Scott, in particular, welcome to Xbox, because you only just joined us a few months ago as our first ever CTO. Why don't you break down for us, what does a CTO actually do?
Yeah, well, first, I've been a fan of Xbox since day one. Owned the original console, was an early beta tester of Xbox Live in 2002.
Это по технологиям, короче,
getting kudos inside of project
связан чел.
Getting my butt kicked and getting pwned
внутри Xbox.
Combat Evolved, and playing games like Hunter, The Reckoning, and all other types of games like Morrowind and others that spent countless hours.
Подождите, я быстро гляну, а субтитры хотя бы русские есть?
Of Xbox is just an incredible honor and an incredible opportunity. Now, in that role, I'm really a maker, if you think about it. I started my career as a software engineer and a builder of devices, but really I'm focused on making and building great experiences for our players. And so that includes building the hardware that Xbox produces, as well as the software that runs on our devices. The developer ecosystem and the platforms that developers use to publish their games and their technology on our platform. So really kind of the end-to-end system.
Ну, короче, он говорит, что Xbox всегда действует с технологиями, внедряет технологии. Мы технологичны.
That's right.
Awesome. And Carl, you've been here a little bit longer, right?
I've been here a little while, yes.
Yeah. You come with the furniture now, I think.
Yeah, I think I need my own anniversary edition. But I will say one of the things that, having been at Xbox since the beginning, like one of the first products I worked on was the design of the controller S. And this was in response to the Duke. The Duke is awesome. I know many of you out there love the Duke. It's very endearing.
I've got big hands, it's perfect for me.
Bingo. So the first challenge we have is how do we get the controller to fit in more hands? So the response to that was designing the controller S. That's where I started.
I really love the fact that, because I remember when there was more deep dives on the Series X and S wireless controllers, that a lot was made of how much data was captured just to make sure that it fit even more hands. So the fact that that's like a through thread since the beginning of Xbox is really cool to see, and something that's continually iterated on. That's awesome. Well, before we dive in and learn a bit more about this incredible collection, Scott, you've got something you wanted to share?
I do, Henry, and I'm really excited to share that starting tomorrow, our fans will be able to pre-order the 25th anniversary collection of our device.
Amazing, let's go. Okay, very nice,
awesome.
Very nice.
Right.
But there's one more.
Well, there's a little bit additional details there. In addition to the pre-order tomorrow, some of our most loyal fans would have already received an email this morning with early access to pre-order starting today.
No way. Where was my email?
Yeah, you should check.
Oh, okay, later. We'll do that later. That's amazing news. So check your emails as well at home. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones, but if not...
А игры будут, или сегодня будет только болтовня?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
Мне кажется, что сегодня будет одна болтовня, а игр не будет.
There's one more fact to share. In addition to the console and the controller being included in the collection, pre-orders will include a copy of Halo Campaign Evolved in the box.
Yes, back where it all began. I mean, I love Halo. I love the controller too. Is it possible for someone to be able to purchase just the controller on its own?
Absolutely. Again, starting today, customers and our players can choose to pre-order that device, the 25th anniversary special edition controller, starting today.
Nice. I think I will have to, because I'd want a second one to go along with the console.
Они, короче, я так понял, будут технические такие моменты пока. Бу-бу-бу-ту-ту-ту-ту.
You don't want to miss it. But why don't we talk a bit more about this just stunning hardware? Like, well done, guys, by the way. First, Scott, why don't you tell me a little bit about what the inspirations behind the anniversary collection?
Я все жду, когда они игры покажут.
Designing this box, and actually, I'll hand it over to Carl, the team who actually worked on it and built it.
All right, thanks, Scott. So we put our heart and soul into this design. I mean, going back 25 years, it's a pretty special moment. We wanted to create a product that was reflective of the journey we've been on with players over the past 2.5 decades. And so we started with the material. So the Xbox, the original Xbox limited edition console was in this exact same translucent green resin. And so we worked with the engineering team, we matched the resin, and we found a way to actually mold it on the console, the Series X 25.
Типа чиф держит консоль.
So we're kind of, building new product muscle with this.
Они ее в разобранном виде показывают. Как она внутри все там.
There's also a number of Easter eggs on this
Вот оно как. Круто.
I'm not going to give any of them away.
Come on. Fine.
That's up for you at home to, once you get this, just explore. You'll find some really special things. But I will say for the people who are at Gamescom here, we have a special exploded view display of the Xbox Series X25. And on that one, you can see around the fan shroud, Master Chief's helmet. He's molded in. It's special.
Sick.
Do not do this at home.
That's right.
Do not open the device. But for those of you at the show here, you can check it out. We also did a few other things. And so you'll see on the front of the console, it has the branding, the Xbox 25.
Вот мне только одно интересно стало. Это они сейчас в Америке или это они у нас в Кёльне происходит?
And you'll see that the Xbox button, we lit up the X shape in green.
Nice.
So this is a true homage to the original branding for the Xbox. And that's just something that every time you turn on the console, is going to remind you of where we've come from and the journey we've been on together. Can I talk a little bit about the controller?
Please do.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, the team just went all out. So, we talked earlier about the controller S design.
So good.
How to make it more comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of inspiration there. So on the controller, you'll see the ABXY colors are the same red, blue, green, and yellow. It has the branding, the Xbox 25. On the back, I don't know if you can see that, we have the original Xbox logo.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's printed on the back. And then for those of you who know, the controller S actually had the ABXY, but it had the C and Z buttons. They were white and black, and those later in life on the Xbox 360 became the bumpers. So what did we do? We made the bumpers
Один
in that
бампер
same black and
белый.
white.
It's like pulling on my heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like literally bringing me back 25 years.
It's awesome.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Cool.
So that's just some of the design details that we did. We actually did.
Да,
one
правильно,
more thing.
правильно. Играйте только на Xbox, приобретайте Xbox, и вы всегда будете в шоколаде.
And numbered. Unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
28 августа, кстати, выйдет у меня ролик, где четко понятно, почему стоит сейчас переходить с плойки на Xbox, а не наоборот с Xbox на плойку. Так что играйте, ребят, на Xbox. Я всегда говорил и буду говорить, что тот, кто играет на Xbox, всегда в шоколаде. Просто вот так.
If you are at Gamescom, definitely check out the exploded view. I'm kind of intrigued if I could get one like that and then maybe just put it together myself, because I'm a bit of a
Потому что наши прислушиваются нас, игроков. А вот мне интересно, главы PlayStation, они же своих игроков даже слышать не хотят. Они там отменили диски. Бунт, гам, шум. Перекататоки говорят, а нам ой на ваши тут всякие пункты. Нам ой просто и все.
With an all-new game demo for Minecraft Dungeons 2. But Minecraft Dungeons 2 isn't the only big thing.
Зато наши ребята начали сразу говорить, воу, Microsoft, Xbox, давайте вы сохраните диски. И что? Вуаля, диски сохранены. Так что переход на Xbox, ребят. А теперь игры. Я понял, это игра, кто больше едет. Надо будет бегать по дому и все, что видишь, то и И, конечно, да, сервера надо ломать. Надо. За брательника царапать. Ну и интересная игрушка такая. Короче, наводи шороху. Да ты чё, он сдавался? Ну, прикольная игрушка, это так. Иногда просто с друзьями побегать, прикалываться. Называется PC Game Pass. Германия. Люблю. А Кёлен показывали. Да, Deutschland. Их любит Deutschland.
The charm and atmosphere of the natural beauty is only beat by the colorful locals you'll run into along the way. These interactions can be quite magical.
Ой, смайный штат. Ашаффенбург. Куда? Франкфурт.
So, what are you waiting for? Explore Germany today.
Игра не очень, но Германию люблю очень.
Welcome to the home of Minecraft Dungeons 2 at Gamescom, right here at the
А, жалко, Ромчик не видит, он любит такое играть. Майнкрафт.
You can see the booth is celebrating the brand new dimension for Minecraft Dungeons 2 that was announced last week, known only as
Ее не слышат, выключили микрофон ей.
Charlie's got the controllers warmed up and ready for a live playthrough with 3 of the minds behind the game. Charlie, take it away. When it premiered back in 2020, Minecraft Dungeons was called the perfect introduction to dungeon crawlers for beginners and a breezy adventure for veterans, and a great couch co-op too. So here to bring us the next chapter in Minecraft Dungeons, please welcome Minecraft Dungeons 2 creative director Mons Olsen,
Ну, типа, якобы, хватит харе-харе про Майнкрафт говорить. Ты уж это, все, и микрофон ей вырубили.
So good.
Really good.
Yes.
Thanks for having me here.
Amazing. Right, so Mons, I'm going to come to you first.
Здорово, Филипп.
Potentially the most important question of the
Здорово, дружище.
What kind of game is Minecraft Dungeons 2, and how does it build upon the world of Minecraft?
Okay, so Minecraft Dungeons 2 is an action RPG set in the world of Minecraft.
А, я такой креативный директор по поводу Майнкрафта.
You collect lots of treasure, and you can do all of that together.
Кстати, Филипп, а какие игры ты любишь играть? Напиши, пожалуйста.
And co-op's a huge element of the title, right? Yeah, amazing. And we're seeing such amazing footage here.
Я начинал как-то Майнкрафт играть, но... Ну, лично, опять, мое мнение, мне не очень зашло.
Yeah. So we're seeing the new inventory here. There's a few things that we have done to it. The armor slot has been split up into 1 from the first game, into 4 slots.
Love
helmet, chestplate, leggings, and boots to
just
match
like Minecraft.
Regular Minecraft.
Yeah, and just more loot gubbins to
exactly.
pick up.
More loot,
Yeah.
more ways to customize.
Exactly.
We've added a new item slot called talismans. And talismans give you passive bonuses that specialize you in a particular playstyle. So if you want to customize your playstyle, you equip these. You see that some of these have experience. So
Кстати, сейчас это вспомнил, был случай как-то это в 2025 году. У нас магазин есть, называется магазин GameStop. Мы как-то зашли в этот магазин, и там висел диск, ну как диск, коробка диска, и написано было Titanfall 3. Типа якобы в разработке третья часть Titanfall 2. Ой, 3. А спустя несколько месяцев потом объявили, что это все оказалось Ждём. Ну так.
And at the blacksmith you can also the gear spawns with random effects and you can swap those out as you like. So you can spend this special currency called the echo shards to re-roll your effects that you have on your gear to specialize your character.
So you can still grind for the legendary style, like the look of the loot that you want,
sure.
But then you can come back here and refine it with this additional currency.
Right. Yeah.
Wonderful, okay. So what are we going for here? What are the options?
I think we have a build that has a little bit of everything set up.
Okay.
So the melee weapon here is unique. It's a very powerful item.
А ты, кстати, на какой больше платформе, Филипп, играешь? PlayStation, либо Xbox, либо на Nintendo Switch?
Do you want to go look at some enchantments, Nathan?
Ooh, yes, definitely. So talk us through the enchantments. If there's anyone who hasn't played the first one, how does that work in the world of Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons?
Right. So to further specialize your gear, you can put enchantments on it. So you collect enchantment books out in the world. This is a change from the first game,
Of course, yeah.
where you had enchantments built into your gear, and now instead you collect these books and you can apply them as many times as you like to whatever gear that you like. So,
Oh, wonderful.
Nathan, take your pick.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Inner Mines on my main hand weapon.
And what does that do? Weapon attacks deploy 2 mines that explode in proximity. Ooh, that does sound very good. Great ag control on that.
And so now, whenever he does jump attacks, also new to the game,
Ooh, okay.
or combo attacks.
Они изменили. Раньше-то Майнкрафт был как? Типа вид от первого лица, а теперь вид сверху. Ясно, ну что.
They are my favorite thing. So I played this game obsessively with my family. It was the first game really that my daughter got into. With a couch co-op really came to us here. We even gave it a nickname. If you guys are interested in hearing a little, maybe we can rebrand it. We called it Minicraft Dungeons.
Oh.
Let me know if it sticks in the office.
No,
I
good,
imagine it doesn't. But
we
yeah, I loved it. And
should we head out
yeah,
into the world and
if we
get a
can
few
make
more
my
players in?
dreams come true,
All right,
play
let's
it,
join.
that'd be great.
So we're gonna travel to an outpost in the forest area here, and then
I'll start. I'm gonna choose this guy.
Beautiful. Okay, and me.
Charlie.
Here we go. I'm gonna go for you. Lovely.
and I'm going to pick a character as well.
А, то четвером даже можно играть. Вот когда вид сверху, и когда он там что-то лупит, стреляет, знаешь, начнешь сразу вспоминается игры. Ну, чуть-чуть. Вспоминать игры это L2, ну, Lineage, и Perfect World.
And we smacked the big old layer of freedom on top of it.
Love that.
So we want for Dungeons 2 that players have the freedom to play the game they want to. So Mons talked about, you know, you are what you wear. So depending on how you equip, you can play the game you want to.
Oh, my loot's in the sea. I'll get that later.
And also you have the freedom to explore. Because our world is a big interconnected world, so outside of the core quest line, you can do a lot of things in procedural generated dungeons and whatnot. And lastly,
я сразу это вспомнил, либо Lineage, не знаю почему-то сразу говорю ассоциация Lineage и Perfect World.
Absolutely. I mean, you had such a huge community that came along. I'm going to nick that TNT, by the way. From the first game, millions and multi-millions of people played. So what was it like to build upon
Я сейчас приду, я чай налью и приду, ребят.
Well, the beautiful thing about working on a sequel is that you can listen into what the players loved about the original and use that as a guiding star when you build a game. So really, we wanted to tap into all of those things.
Is there one feature in particular that fans were really wanted the most?
Mentioned it. We jumping is a big one.
I've got you.
But all in all, we really want the game to be approachable for new players to the sub Minecraft genre here, but also have a lot of depth to returning players.
We have actually the mini inventory that we could show off.
The mini inventory.
Oh, look at that!
So
hold on, what do I press to get that?
The D-pad up button.
The D-pad up.
Yeah. So in the first game, you had to inventory management.
You had to
like
take it
one
in
at a
turns.
time.
Yeah.
And that was some feedback from the community that we really took to heart. Now we have this mini inventory so everyone can manage the gear at the same time.
Oh, yeah, we would rock, paper, scissors in our house as to who got to go first to look through the loot after a fight. That's incredible. Right. I love that.
That's really good.
We also have this guiding line. If you're ever lost in the world, you can just press the button here.
Pretty accessible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over to. Oh, you're hitting me with TNT.
That was me.
No. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's another fan favorite.
It's usually a Mons move.
And another improvement in this game is if multiple people revive at once, you revive faster. So that was something we were doing there.
That's really cool. I also wanted to ask as well. So I'm looking at what I've got equipped down here. What's this candle?
That's the creeper candle.
The creeper candle.
So, like a creeper, it explodes. So you put it down, and then after a little while, it explodes and it takes a bunch of enemies with it.
Okay, perfect. Right, I'm going to test that up on the next adventure that we have. In fact, I'll tell you what. While I'm waiting for some poor innocent fool to put my creeper candle on, let's talk a little bit more about discovery and exploration and what makes this game as fantastic as it does. What's it like to expand this world even further for fans, Max?
So we just walked past this doorway. We didn't enter it, but that leads to a randomly generated dungeon.
Oh, okay.
And so you can enter those to find special currency, these echo shards that we use for enchanting and for upgrading the merchants in town. You can also get that currency by defeating soul corrupted mobs, one of which we see up here.
Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah,
right, I'm definitely dropping a candle there. Watch out, lads.
Extra tough enemy, but once we get it, we should be seeing some of the special currency pop up.
Oh, well done, you dings.
Collecting it.
Great work. This is wonderful.
Okay, and so we're just gonna walk up this tower and find the.
Who's gonna be up here?
Well, let's see.
Okay, all right then. Nathan, I wanted to ask you about the evolved co-op experience as well. We've spoke about it a little bit, and obviously we can see it on display here, but we mentioned it at the top. Co-op is such an integral experience to Minecraft Dungeons 2. Can you speak a little bit more about what that's like to bring it together and what it means for the title?
Yeah, absolutely. A big change that was made between Dungeons and Dungeons 2 around couch co-op is the ability to join a online multiplayer game within a couch co-op group. So say if you're at home playing with your family, and you have an open spot for another player, you can matchmake and grab another player from the internet to join your couch co-op.
Oh, wonderful.
It was a big change that was really necessary and something that our fans have been asking for.
Yeah, I can imagine. Right, kill all them idiots. All right. Oh, this looks like what? Oh, the weather's not good either.
No.
Oh, dear.
Well, I think we have one of those infamous demo bugs here, but
oh, no.
It's supposed to be a big boss fight.
And you've robbed me from it, that's fine. I will have to wait and see it when it comes out.
Nathan, do you want to take us to the forest and we can play some of the forest there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about how we're going to get to the forest, the map, the world, how it all connects together while we're setting that up, please, Mons. This stunning, by the way.
Yeah, so we have this lovely map. There is things to do all over it. As you can see, there's like little indicators of side quests.
Okay. In fact, actually, I think I've just been told that we can't see it here, but everyone, there we go. We do have a clip. We had a little practice on the boss fight. So actually, we can just talk over the footage and how good I am. I don't need, So talk us through. Who are we seeing here?
Right, so this is the Copper Monstrosity. It's a really big boss fight that you encounter as part of the story. You're looking for somebody else, somebody called the Supreme Evoker.
Okay.
But actually, as you get here, you instead encounter this giant monstrosity to fight. And it's actually quite a challenging fight. This video is making it look easy.
Because we're so good, right?
But yeah, like I tasted beating.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great fight. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I felt like everyone, you're missing out. We had some great call outs as well. Everyone looking after each other. I've thrown the TNT and everything. So again, the co-op comes perfectly into there. So do we want to touch on where we've landed here? So back into the regular, or are we gonna... Let's have a look at where this goes actually. This was really interesting when we...
I think it's an interesting cutscene too.
Yeah, talk to us about what we're about to see then.
Right, so this is right after the fight. And we're seeing some of that quirky Minecraft humor in this cutscene.
Yes, love that. I'm so glad you've kept that in.
Yeah, we're picking up a note block, which is important to the story. We'll go into more details on that later, but as you can see, it's that easy to just...
Laughing at him in the background.
Is there any symbolism with the music box?
Они до сих пор Майнкрафт показывают. Я уж думаю, ничего другое там покажут. Подожди, а список же был игр, что они должны показать.
I mean, saying we're only 1 month out, I think this is a brilliant time to also pre-order our game.
Бро, скажи, пожалуйста, поставь...
items you get with pre-order. I mean, look at this cape.
cape is beautiful.
Look at the chicken.
That's the soul chicken.
Бро, сделай, пожалуйста, список сегодняшнего Gamescom, какие игры покажут на этом Gamescom. Сегодня 26 августа.
I'll be jumping in all your lobbies. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. This was absolutely fantastic. Good luck with the rest of Gamescom as well. And yeah, thanks again for walking us through this demo experience. But coming up, it's the day that changed everything. The most important event in all of Gears of War lore. And we're not just talking about the long-awaited reunion of Marcus and Dom. We've got the latest on the campaign and what Gears fans should look out for when Gears of War E-Day drops later this year. But first, let's keep the party going.
По идее, Gears, Fable, Forza 6, Minecraft. В смысле? Они даже Fable не показали. Майнкрафт начали сразу пока, суки. Том Райдер. Аллен. Ну нифига себе. А это что за игра? Хочу немножко напомнить, что сегодня и завтра на моем канале будут стримы. Ну, по Gamescom. А уже 28 августа выйдет полноценный ролик на моем канале. Поэтому подпишитесь, вам контент, мне поддержка.
It's hard to do it alone. Then rise in Valhalla. Gather your brethren and fight together. Show the spawn of Loki why you never went against the gods.
Going on here at Gamescom. We're
Is
celebrating
Bex
25
is
years of gaming,
Bex
which
bomb?
is sad, as we've got 25 games on the show floor here and more than 40 games in this show for all of you at home to enjoy. We've got hands-on gameplay and looks at some of the most iconic franchises in entertainment. And here with me today is Xbox's expert on the next generation of new tech. Now, I think I prefer him by his other title, Master of Beards.
Jason Ronald.
Ronald himself. Welcome, Jason. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm so excited to be here at Gamescom. Thank you so much for having me.
No, of course. You've been to quite a few now. Is this number 10, right, for you?
Yeah, you know, I love coming to Europe.
Молодец,
Not
уважаю
only
его.
is it Europe, but Germany is so important to everything that we do. And so,
Он
as
главный
you said, it's a
вообще, по
really
идее,
exciting year here for
инженер.
Gamescom, and we have so much going on. You know, last night at Opening Night Live, we showed a new set of footage for Gears of War, which I'm super excited to play in October. You know, we announced our partnership with CD Projekt Red to bring The Witcher 3 to Battle.net. But ultimately, for me, the thing that makes Gamescom so special is just the fans and the community. You know, this is what has made Xbox special, and just to be here in Germany to celebrate with the community and all of these great creators is just such a great time to be at Xbox.
You're so right. We've got a lot to celebrate tonight at FanFest as well. Looking forward to that.
Exactly. You know, FanFest is one of my favorite things to do. It started here in Cologne, and it's just going to be great to spend time with the fans tonight.
100%. Can't wait. Now, speaking of the fans and also the community, there's a lot of players that take obviously great pride in their gaming collection, especially here in Europe. We know that Xbox players have stacks of physical games. I like to organize mine alphabetically and have a couple of collector's edition Doom, Slayer and Master Chief looking down, guarding all my precious loot.
Yep.
But there has been a lot of conversation lately around ownership and also rights to the games that you buy. So Jason, what do you make of it all?
Yeah, very similar to you. Like, I have a large physical collection. I have my own collector statues.
Heck yeah.
So today we're announcing we're bringing a new feature to bring all of the benefits and the flexibility of digital to players who have physical games. Because players have built their libraries of games with Xbox over the last 25 years. Many players, some have bought physical discs, some have bought their games digitally, and many of these games work across multiple generations. And even as technology changes and formats change, your library shouldn't. You know, we have so many special memories tied into our libraries, you know, the moments you played with your friends, and we want to be able to bring those forward. And that's really about our commitment to game preservation.
I mean, that sounds great. I really love the idea of your libraries moving forward with us, but can you maybe walk me through it a little bit? So again, I've got a physical game copy on my shelf at home. What do I actually do with it?
Yeah, it's really, really simple. So most Xbox One and Xbox Series X titles support this. So all you have to do is just put the disc into your console. You'll be prompted to redeem a digital license, and that digital license will be tied to your account. And so now you get all of the benefits of digital. So you don't have to put the disc into your console to play the game. If the game supports Xbox Play Anywhere, you can easily play it across multiple screens. And you can even do things like cloud streaming, which you never were able to do previously from a physical disc.
Wow, I mean, that sounds sick and also really straightforward. You mentioned just then about supported titles.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so we're launching with support for thousands of games. And we'll add more over time. And this is part of why we're launching it with the Xbox Insider, so that we can start collecting feedback. And you'll see improvements over time. But this is really just, when you think about working with thousands of games across 25 years of Xbox, very similar to how we brought the original Xbox games to PC. We're just really focused on giving you more flexibility and giving you more ways to play the games that you've bought from Xbox over many years.
Awesome. Sounds like a lot of ways to play. And with this new feature, nothing's being taken away here, right?
No, not at all. Your physical discs continue to work as they always have. You can display them with your collector's editions and just celebrate your collection. And it's really about adding more flexibility and providing more choice for you as a player.
I mean, I love that. You mentioned having a collection that spans loads of years. I know for sure I've got a game or quite a few that I would never ever want to get rid of. And as we approach Xbox's 25th anniversary, what are you hoping that players take away from this?
Yeah, for 25 years, players have invested in Xbox, and the players have really been what have made Xbox special. And so we're really focused on how do we honor that as we think about the next 25 years of Xbox. And so we just really view this as another step in making sure that your library is protected. It can move forward with you as technologies and formats change. And we're going to continue to invest in game preservation and adding new capabilities just to make sure that your library continues to get better as technology evolves.
Oh my gosh, sounds awesome, and also very exciting as well. Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us and sharing that with us today. And for Xbox Insiders, this feature begins rolling out next week on August 31st, with more details available on Xbox Wire. Coming up, it's the first emergence of the Horde as we catch up on the latest from Gears of War E-Day with a team from the Coalition. But first, it's time to sharpen your sword and brush up on your knowledge of ancient China. Where Wins Me, an open-world action RPG, is sporting a new expansion, sure to delight fans everywhere, so take a look.
The black gold is in there.
Я думаю, что может быть английский звук тоже сегодня делать стрим, но нет. Here.
At last, I've got you.
It seems those fools let you slip away. Last time you had a drunk. This time a cripple.
Last time, you ambushed us.
Там мужик тут баба или чё?
Today, we set the trap. Knowing that the Lodestar Swordmaster wanted the black gold, how could I not be ready? Ever since that day, my only goal has been to find you. And to kill you myself!
After all this time, you've still learned nothing. Serving yourself up like this, what a tragic waste of poor Han's sacrifice.
И что-то. Самурай. Это что? Что за игра? Ну да, блядь, он да и наш дойти, уж по нему уже стреляют, ну пипец. На нахрен. Все. За тебе. Какой-то, знаешь, это напоминает этот Dark Souls типа того. Это Elden Ring типа того. Ну, в общем, так механика похожа. Пиум. Ну, ёперный ты театр. Знаешь, что самое интересное? Вот сейчас нам показывают, нам не показывают, сколько у него жизни, да? Все это не показывает. Вот. И как он удары юный, охереть, как блокирует. А когда ты потом будешь играть в эту игру, потом окажется, что удары он ее очень х**ово пропускает. Урон она по нему все равно проходит. Хочешь, не хочешь. Вот. Не люблю такие геймплеи, когда показывают. Это какие-то маркетинговый ход, реклама. Страшно сразу становится. Какая-то бабка седая. Ведьма, жечь ведьму, жечь. А тут типа красавица стала. Ну все, после таких ударов она точно не переживет. Ну да, только руку ранил, ага. Распотрошил ее так, а ранил только руку. Опять, ну, разрабы, научитесь делать немножечко, плиз, плюс-минус к реальности. А что он ей такие удары нанес? По сути, он ей разрубил руку чуть ли не по кусочкам. А она за плечо держит, как будто наш, он ее так... Плечо так ткнул. Еще сил хватило у ней увернуться. Да. Не мое, не мое. А ты сидит, как будто инвалидка, встать не может. Можешь же встать и уйти, нет. Она как будто к этому Она инвалид. Вон оно как. Геймпассе?
Gears of War fans have been eagerly anticipating Gears of War E-Day since it was announced in 2024. And here to chat a little bit about everything they've got going on at Gamescom this week, from the Coalition, please welcome Studio Creative Director Matt Cersei and Studio Art Director Arian Hanbeck. Guys, welcome. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Now, you obviously
Live
last night had an incredible story trailer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah,
А гирю Витя купил. Я купил гирю.
A bit of a love letter to the game, to the fans.
6 октября. Как зарублюсь, как зарублюсь.
Obviously, Vrak at the beginning, but also our story is about, you know, the origin story of Dom and Marcus, the Bravo Squad. But there's so many more characters in our story, and they all have character arcs as well. So we got to show a bunch of people that are there fighting alongside you in E-Day.
Yeah. Now you mentioned Vrak, right? Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah. So Vrak is a Locust Commander.
Сегодня должны немножечко рассказать не просто геймплей, а чуть-чуть сюжет.
You know, he's missing an eye. He's got burns on his arm. So all that happened during the Lambent Wars. So he's seasoned. He has kind of a private army that follows him around called the Scorched Legion.
Yeah.
So they're, you know, into
Студия арт, директор коалиции. Вообще коалиция молодцы, вот честно слово. Там реально такой щит, это работает наш лучший из лучших, профи. Они вообще, если какая-то студия буксует по игре, ну, например, надо сроки поджимать и не успеют там выпустить, то они сразу коалицию подрубают, количество приходят, и что, ребят, вы что? И начинают помогать. Так, мах, все. Все, игра готова. Поэтому эту студию коалицию Microsoft никогда не тронет.
A little bit of our beginning of Act 2. So it starts the morning after E-Day. The squad is just come together, armored up, and they get sent on their first mission. So we get to play a bit of that. It's got this classical kind of squad going toe-to-toe with the Locust. And it's actually a subsection of the campaign preview that we just got to see get released online. A bunch of video and press coverage of that came out, which is a little bit larger. That goes a little bit past what we've got on the show floor, but everybody here gets to get their hands on it. They get to hang out with the squad and some fun new characters as well.
I actually had a lot of fun this morning watching people like Shadows and Hollow who were playing early. I was like, it looks so good. But all through the background of this mission, we can see a lot of the kind of details of the city of Kelowna. Can you tell us a bit about what people are going to be able to see around the world to kind of really help build that environment?
О, трассировочка лучей.
For the first time ever, you're playing a Gears game in a city that is alive. You know, every other game has been destroyed. Everything's been destroyed. So that provides some really interesting opportunities and challenges. You know, we really need to think about what was happening in the place when this event happened, and life just got suspended, you know, in one shot. So I think fans
на такой машине покататься. Ух ты! Я помню, в 4-й гире можно было на машине проехать, потом на роботе пройтись. В 5-й гире почему-то это убрали механику. А вот в этой опять, походу, возродится, да? Или это мы просто будем возле танка идти рядышком? Я хочу внутри танки покататься, а не рядышком пешочком.
You can also see in shots like that where you get glimpses of this whole city, which we built the whole city, which is really cool. And there's this battle going on everywhere, right? So you see helicopters go by, you crisscross with other squads, which is what's happening in this mission. Just this kind of vibe that there's always a battle sort of raging across the city and you're just weaving your way through it.
Yeah. I think also one of the things we do have to touch on, and you'll see this throughout the gameplay you're watching, it's like the destructible environment. It looks incredible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Gears has always had destructible cover in it. We've taken it to a few different steps here. You know, see some larger buildings come down at different moments in the game, just to make you constantly realize that not only is the immediate area around you
having a battle in it, but the entire city, whether it's a block away, you can hear gunfire, you see a building come down, you see a little block of a street go down. It's all happening live as you play the game.
Now, everything we're watching right now is single player, but Gears fans always want to know about co-op.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, of course. So co-op is near and dear to our hearts. I think it's one of the unique things that Gears has sort of woven into every part of it. Our story is about squads overcoming overcoming the odds together. We've got modes like Horde Siege that are about multiple squads of 4 coming together. Of course, we've got PvP, which is 4v4. So campaign's got 4-player online co-op, 2-player split screen on console. All 4 players in the squad are playable, all 4 characters. And I think it's one of those games that it plays great on its own, but it just sort of comes to life when you're there with a friend, your ride or die buddy, like Marcus and Dom. A lot of our mechanics sort of come to life a little bit more in terms of our enemies, obviously TB&O and a bunch of other stuff. It's a great experience.
Yeah, you see it a few times, like Dom coming to save you and stuff like that.
Yeah, different kinds of it, right? We have the rusher enemy that'll pin you, and he'll be on top of you so your buddy can come and stab him in the neck, or if you're playing with someone real, they can shoot him from far away. There's all sorts of examples like that.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hop on with the rest of the Xbox One team. There's all 4 of us kind of flying our way through. It's going to be a lot of fun. But one of the other things, and what I really like about Gears, is there are multiple ways that you can approach scenarios. Like, this is a bit more of a linear mission that you've said in the past, but what ways are people going to be able to approach different situations they're going to come across?
Yeah, so this is definitely a little bit more of a linear mission, but even within this mission on this bridge, we've added a bunch of verticality to the game. It'll just be flanking routes, you can climb up cars and trucks. And then this mission specifically, the beginning of Act 2, is sort of leads into this other part of Act 2 on the other side of the stadium that you catch a glimpse of in our campaign preview, where the world opens up a little bit. We give you access to multiple city blocks. There's a bunch of battles, like I said, going on different corners. You're always on your main objective.
Блин, поскорее бы 6 октября дали. Хочу колду поиграть 4. Modern Warfare. И гирю.
You get to find new mods and craft your own weapons and really invest in the gameplay sandbox.
Yeah, now this is actually something I got really excited about when I was watching through the gameplay earlier as well, is what kind of mods are people going to be able to get their hands on, and how is that going to impact the weapons that they're using?
Well, it's a variety of mods, and some of them do little tweaks to the weapons. They change the clip size or your range, so you can just tweak it to your preference, but some of them are
Я надеюсь, нам покажут, что можно быть на танках поездить, например, на каких-то роботах походить огромных.
It's been really fun exploring, when you use an attachment. Some of them have visual representations on the gun, some of them don't, but you end up seeing people with different attachments. The guns can take a little bit more personality, and you start to understand how people like to play and what they like to do with their guns.
Yeah, I also like it goes for the gear as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And how are people going to be able to find those kind of mods?
Не, красиво не сделать, что пушку ты не просто поднимаешь, он ее типа ногой так подпинывает. Алло, да, вот.
It pays to explore this game. Arian was talking about there's a ton of environmental storytelling, but we've also hidden stuff around the world, collectibles, mods.
А еще мне понравилось, что в этой части они наконец-то сделали не PvP режим еще, а PvE режим. Вот это мне понравилось. То, что я сначала сюжетку пройду, а потом буду PvE рубиться.
Tidbits.
I'm really excited for that, because you can just spend that extra time discovering the world if you want to.
There's good surprises out there.
I'm looking forward to finding them. Now, we've just had our first look at the Boomer, and he is way bigger than people may be used to.
Yeah, he's massive. There's actually a Boomer on the show floor here that people are taking pictures with, and you stand next to him. So in the game, the Boomer is 9 feet tall. This is quite a bit bigger than the Boomer's traditionally been in Gears. This goes back to this idea where we want to take things people remember and amplify them a little bit. And then it also introduces fun ways to enter the battlefield. There you can see he breaks through this big truck. This tanker trailer causes a bunch of fire and explosion. But He also doesn't fit through doorways.
О, пацаны прикрыли. Нет!
So that just makes it a little more exciting when you.
На, падла, на, падла. Да ёперный театр, а! Ты чего, Лью? О, Путерлёв.
We all know the boom shot, right? This is like even bigger.
It's a bigger boom shot. Yeah, like the Locust, when we were going back and looking at revisiting old weapons, we always wanted to see if there was something else we could do. So, you know, we've got like the prototype Lancer, we've got the heavy boom shot. Means you're really committing to carrying a rocket launcher around instead of just something in your bag. It's also opened up opportunities for us to add new weapons like the gut puncher, the cog grenade launcher. Yeah. It's like a little more skill use than the boom shot. You could time where your grenades go. So everything kind of found a new place. And we got to make some cool variations of weapons people have seen
Хочу в гирю
I
поиграть.
love the breach shot as well. I think that's like
fan favorite.
It's one of my favorite things. Yeah.
Super satisfying.
And the active reloads is popping up on screen there.
О, кое-что уброс прошу.
Because there's two features, right? One, it's in a different place.
Брок, рассмотри. Сейчас они показывают Gears of War ID, да? Можешь поискать такую информацию, можно ли сегодня хотя бы запустить, скажем, бета-тест, сюжетку, побегать там в эту гирю.
And that's your muscle memory, 100%. There's a setting for that. But for some guns, we also have this per shell reload mechanic, like on the breach shot, the Nasher. It's really cool because you can still get your active if you go all the way and you wait for it. But if you need that extra shot to get out of a clutch situation, there's a wretch in your face, or in PvP, a person right up on you, you can pop a load right into them as they come at you.
Yeah, so it's just like a nice way you can kind of change based on the scenario you find yourself in. Yeah. And talking about scenarios you find yourself in, as we've been...
Бро проверил именно на сегодня, 26 августа. Тут есть важный нюанс. Дома сегодня сюжетку Gears of War E-Day запустить нельзя. Компанию сейчас дают пощупать на самой Gamescom как hands-on демо, но отдельной скачиваемой сюжетной демки для Xbox PC пока нет. А вот бета уже была, и она была только по мультиплееру. Ранний доступ 6-10 августа. Открытая бета для всех 13-17 августа. Внутри были Horde Siege и 4v4 Versus, не сюжетная кампания, то есть на 26 августа бета уже закончилась. Следующая гарантированная возможность играть дома, релиз. 1 октября для Premium Edition с ранним доступом, а обычный мировой релиз 6 октября 2026. Короче, то, что они сейчас показывают на Gamescom, поиграть дома сегодня нельзя. Жаль, потому что я уже сам мысленно схватил Lancer. Ну все, качаем. Если хочешь, я могу еще прямо сейчас поискать, не объявили ли они сегодня во время эфира новую демку или второй раунд беты. Takое как раз могли сказать буквально несколько минут назад.
Thank you. And now we are going to head over to Henry for more on Gears of War E-Day. The Gears of War E-Day experience that people have access to here on the Xbox booth.
Well, welcome to the Gears of War E-Day here at Gamescom, where I've actually got artists.
Те гитары, на которые записывали музон для гири.
Behind us, and thanks so much for joining us, Luke.
Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome to Gamescom. It's your first time here as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's really cool.
It's a pretty special way to kick things off then. Really,
yeah, definitely.
Why don't you tell people at home what it is that you do?
Yeah, so I'm an illustrator. I'm based in the United Kingdom. I've been working with the Coalition for many years now on all things Gears of War. Obviously, more recently, E-Day. So yeah, you know, that's kind of what I do.
And this project in particular is pretty special. So
yes.
Let's talk a bit about that, because I can see that we've also got Gibson involved. And that's pretty cool. Talk to us a bit about this partnership.
Yeah, so we partnered with Gibson Guitars, the amazing people at Gibson. And they sent us like these guitars. Well, they turned up and they were like from the factory, so they didn't have the art on, and then my job was to paint this artwork onto the guitars. So.
And if you don't know at home, these are particularly tasty guitars that Gibson have sent you, because we've got the SG over here, the Les Paul. These are like iconic guitar silhouettes.
Very iconic, yeah.
Amazing. Can you tell us a bit then about the design? So what inspired you to really lay down this artwork on top of these guitars?
So what we wanted to do, we wanted to tap into the pillars in Gears, so the core pillars. So obviously with the Marcus guitar, we tapped into brutality. So that's like, feels quite violent and kind of visceral and like almost like, very kind of you know, like we tried to kind of cater it to the shape of the guitar as well. So like you can see like
красиво разукрашено.
Flows across the guitar. You've got the kind of spinning.
Yeah, that saw blade just fits right in.
And the cog, obviously, which ties it to gears, and then we've got the skull, which is kind of like shattered, so that adds that kind of violent, brutal feel. And then, obviously, moving over to the SG, we've got this is like leaning into Dom, so this is tapping into the kind of paper.
Мне интересно, это что, они продают гитару или
like
что?
Sort of more like kind of sad vibes and. Yeah, you know, so it's just like, and then we've got the angel wings, which is like the nod to kind of like the kind of Maria tattoo, and then that kind of flows to the shape of the SG.
Yeah, it really like fits and forms into the horns there, which is such a nice detail. I mean, how long was this project end to end?
Each guitar probably took about 40 hours from start to finish, so everything's obviously hand painted.
Yeah.
In my studio at home. And honestly, like, it was just such an honor to work on this stuff. Like Gibson, like super iconic. I play guitar myself. I do a lot of work in the music industry as well anyway, so it like just ties in really nicely with that. So
nice. Amazing.
So yeah.
But beyond the guitars themselves, and we'll get to the controller in a sec, I do want to tell people it's not just for show, because you can actually get your hands on either one of these amazing guitars if you head over to the Gibson Instagram page and you check out their announced post for more details on how you can potentially win one of these. And people here can also scan the QR code if you come down to the Xbox booth if you want to learn how to win one of these incredible, just beautiful pieces. You have brought something else along for us because there is something else going on in the middle there. So what? Oh, you've got another one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, this is a controller that I worked on. So I worked with the Xbox Design Lab on this. This is fully customizable as well. Sick. So you can like switch out the buttons and the sticks and stuff and make it your own. And this is tapping again into the brutality pillar.
Yeah, I'm getting that brutality
so
vibe
it's
straight
the
away.
vibe, you know, and it's just try to make it feel super iconic and just have that. There's like the lanterns in there, the skulls. It feels really violent and
absolutely.
Yeah, just taps into that kind of that vibe. So yeah.
Mate, I think you absolutely killed it with these designs.
Thanks,
thanks so much for showing us
so much.
and talking us through it as well. If you want to get your hands on your own one of the E-Day limited edition Xbox Design Lab controllers, you can grab those beginning September 30th. So check out xbox.com for more information on that. I will definitely be doing that. But thank you, Luke. I hope you have a great Gamescom. But there's quite a lot going on here, so we're going to have to pop off and see what else we've got going. So
thank you.
Come along with me, because the rest of the booth over here that we've got.
Всем привет, ребят, всем, кто потянулся. Хочу немножечко сказать так, что смотрите, сегодня стрим мы сделаем. Стрим будет идти, сейчас скажу примерно сколько часов. Возможно, через час, либо через 2 часа он закончится. В общем, сегодня будет стрим, завтра, а послезавтра у меня на канале выходит полноценный ролик.
We've got a couple of other buddies that we want to be talking to, because joining me in front of this incredible statue and one of the many photo ops that we have on the Xbox booth is Senior Product Manager at the Coalition, Noah Benish, and GeForce Evangelist, Jacob from NVIDIA, to chat with us about Gears on PC. So, hello guys, welcome to Gamescom. Is this your first Gamescom, or are you veterans at this point?
Second Gamescom for me.
Second?
For me, I don't know, probably third or fourth, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe more.
Who's the guy you brought with us as well? Is he going to say anything?
He can say something.
You're kidding.
He can say something. Would you like him to?
We could do that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah. We'll get to that in a sec. Now, we should talk shop though, because Gears on PC is... Oh, someone's getting in. That's cool.
That thing's really awesome.
That is. I would
Can I take that home?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it'll fit.
I don't think it'll fit in your carry-on.
We'll make it work. But tell me a little bit then about Gears on PC, because everyone here is checking out the game. We have Xbox players who are really excited to become exclusive, but on PC, we've got some pretty cool features to talk about. So, what exactly have you been working on that is exciting for PC players?
Well, Henry, I think broadly the most important thing to know is that Gears of War E-Day is a game that is for PC players, built by PC players. So For us at the Coalition, at a bare minimum, that means supporting all the features you'd expect from a title like this, such as 32:9 and 21:9 ultra-wide support, including 21:9 cinematics in the campaign, extensive mouse and keyboard rebinding options, variable refresh rate, uncapped frames, and so much more that's hard to list off and mention here.
Yeah.
But beyond those sort of baseline features, we wanted to take the experience a little bit further for our PC players with advanced graphics technologies. And that's why last night we were so excited to announce that in partnership with NVIDIA, we've integrated deeply mega geometry into our game.
Mega geometry. Okay, yes. So I'm gonna need you to run through what exactly we're talking about with that.
Yeah, RTX Mega Geometry. I am super excited about RTX Mega Geometry. So Gears of War E-Day supports nanite, so you'll get really detailed like environments, objects, and with RTX Mega Geometry, we can actually add ray tracing on all of the nanite geometry. So you'll get much better looking reflections, shadows, and I mean, it's just going to be way more immersive. You get 50 to 100 times the geometric detail with RTX Mega Geometry enabled. It's pretty amazing.
That is intense. So, like, just to break it down, we've got geometry, shapes, yeah, right, yeah. Mega, pretty freaking sick. Yeah. Okay, cool. Everyone's on board now. Great. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me, guys, about everything here. Of course, that's not just what's going on here, because in the actual play area, people can check that out too, right?
Absolutely. I mean, better than talking about these features is experiencing them for yourself. So you and everyone else here at Gamescom can enjoy our first public hands-on of campaign. And so we've got 20 stations,
кто-то сидит, играет.
all powered by the GeForce RTX 5080
я смотрю.
that have been built by our friends at Ultra. So if you're here at Gamescom, please come check out the campaign.
Yeah, you know what to do now, guys. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm probably going to head in there shortly after this.
We can look at the line.
It's a bit of a big queue, though.
Yeah,
but
I might go in.
I know a guy.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Nice. All right. Well, for a deeper look at that technology that is powering E-Day on PC, why don't you check out this exclusive behind-the-scenes ViDoc from the Coalition and NVIDIA.
Да, эксклюзив. На Сонике уже не поиграешь, все. Это RTX.
Gears of War E-Day is the next game in the Gears of War franchise. It's the story of Emergence Day. It's going back to the beginning, when the locusts first come out of the ground and start attacking.
It is also a game that has been built from the ground up on Unreal Engine 5 with all new art and all new systems to push visual fidelity to a level we've never seen before.
Gears of War is probably best known as an Xbox franchise, but the PC has always been a very important platform that we're using to bring the most we possibly can to the game.
The PC community is incredibly important to us. I myself am a PC gamer. I've been
Она немного, знаешь, на кого похожа? На Шер.
And we've built this game with a PC mindset.
We're trying to push a lot of technology, high detail geometry, heavily using nanite and lumen. We're going to be one of the first titles to use mega lights.
Gears of War supports hardware, ray trace, lighting, shadows, and reflections. This shows up in so many different ways. A great example is our pansy. This is an environment that has TVs that have dynamic lighting coming off them and bouncing off the scene.
There's a lot of dynamic elements to the game. I think one of my favorite things is tickers, watching them run through the level. You have this little glowing creature casting dynamic shadows all over the world, casting real-time global illumination, but don't watch them too long, they'll blow up on you.
It's really noticeable on the muzzle flashes on our guns as you get this burst of flashing light and all the shadows that get cast off it. And we can have dynamic lights that sort of flicker. You can build this sense of tension and use lighting as a tool for visual storytelling and gameplay that we haven't been able to do before.
Real-time reflections is something that's very cool for us. We have some really cool elements in the game that are nice and shiny.
Чтобы солнце не так сильно освещало в лицо прямо.
Real-time ray-trace reflections and translucency. All of that is dynamic in real time, which of course you wouldn't have with traditional baked lighting techniques.
All in all, ray trace lighting brings the dark, gritty vibe that we want to life in the game and really adds a level of realism and cohesiveness that's never been possible for us before.
And on our ultra spec or our ludicrous spec PC settings, we push ray tracing even farther with higher ray trace samples, more rays, but also RTX mega geometry.
We're going to be the first Unreal Engine title to show RTX mega geometry in our game. This is really exciting because we're a very nanite-heavy title, but there's always been a bit of a discrepancy between what's available for us to happen at raster and what's available for us to happen when we're ray tracing. Mega geometry allows us to use the same level of detail that we're using for nanite as our ray tracing basis.
It pushes the visual ray tracing to a higher level than we can achieve with Unreal Engine's technologies out of the box. You see some of the examples of foliage or shadow detail that is just crisper and has more fine detail in that shadow.
You definitely get a lot more detail in a lot of the rock surfaces. They look just a lot sharper and a lot more correct. And as well, things like barbed wire, things that were just not possible to represent with the amount of triangles that we had available to us, all of a sudden look really nice.
Our environments are incredibly dense. We have 100 times the geometric detail in our game than anywhere else. And being able to work with NVIDIA and bring
лучше бы они показали, как будет выглядеть на консоли Xbox, а то они показывают ПК до ПК.
DLSS and other super sampling techniques really allow us as a developer to perform more advanced graphics techniques that just wouldn't be possible to do if we were working at full resolution. It's something that allows you to take a lower res image and then using machine learning is able to upsample that to a larger image without really sacrificing the quality.
We also support dynamic multi-frame generation, allowing you to push to the highest frame rate possible.
230
it's so important that we tie this with Reflex. Reflex lowers latency and improves the responsiveness of our game.
It's something we think is very important, especially in a multiplayer environment. We're a very competitive game. You want to make sure that you have your enemy in focus and your reticle over the top.
Я на консоли так хочу.
And we want that ultra responsive input latency. Customization is a huge part of why I play games on PC, and it's part of what we wanted to make sure we're delivering for E-Day players. If they care about HDR, if they care about frame rate versus resolution, we want all of that choice available for players.
I'm an ultra-wide player. I have really pushed the team to make sure that we are showing up strongly there. We have full support for native 21:9, gameplay up to 32:9, and all of our cinematics are also real-time and are rendered in ultra-wide.
Our benchmark is something that's very important to us. It was something that has always been used by reviewers for years after we ship, and it's something we hope will be that way again. This is a very technically ambitious title, and I think we're going to push hardware for years to come.
We've always built our games to showcase the latest technology and push what is possible in gaming. And working with NVIDIA, who share the same philosophy with us, we've been able to bring features like ray traced lighting, RTX mega geometry, DLSS, Reflex. For players, this means delivering an experience that feels like they're playing a movie with the real-time performance that you expect in a high-end game.
Я теперь все понял. Короче, они GeForce Now будут сувать эту игру. Вот почему они все RTX1. Она будет, короче, в облаке GeForce Now и Cloud в облаке. Это что за игра? Алло, что это? Или метро? Нет. It's Cloud. И в геймпассе будет.
I love it when the title of a game so purely matches the gameplay, and here to break down what we just saw and give us an exclusive first look at what fans can expect in-game for Alien Deathstorm, please welcome Rebellion's head of design, Ben Fisher. Welcome.
Hiya, how's it going?
Ben, it's so good to see you. I mean, it feels like only yesterday we were hanging out at the pub, chatting Atomfall, and it seems that you and the team have been pretty busy since then as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to work on a load of different games at once, but we learned some cool stuff from Atomfall about sandbox freedom and giving the player non-traditional ways of doing objectives. We've fed that straight into Alien Deathstorm.
Ooh, I love that. Now, on that topic, Atomfall, congratulations. It's been a huge success for you guys at Rebellion. I hear it has a lot to do with maybe Benny and I's characters' face scans in the game, but you know, we won't take too much credit here. You mentioned there about applying that into Alien Deathstorm. Can you break that down a little bit? What from the project have you brought over? What design elements can we look forward to?
So the main thing is that
Да. Короче, опять вот бла-бла-бла. Вот мы сделали игру, игра крутая. Кстати, это же те же самые, кто делали Снайпер или 2, Снайпер или 3, 4. Еще на самом старом движке. Сейчас приду, ребят.
No, I'm really excited to see it, so should we get started?
Wait a minute. Wait, now I'm ready.
What the heck is that?
You'll find out very soon.
There's a little bit hint in the trailer, but should we hop into and check some gameplay out as well?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, hold on. It will come up. Ah, here we go. Now, this is the Megastorm in full swing. What are we doing here?
So you play as an engineer who's been called into an off-world colony. The colony's gone dark, there's no signals coming from it. You think you're there to do a repair job to help sort the colony out, and as you explore, you discover that people have gone missing, the situation's getting worse. You're trapped there, and it's a desperate fight for survival. Now, the game balances, like I said, the combat intensity of like a sort of horror shooter with investigation and discovery. So you're, as an engineer, you're kind of exploring the situation, finding out what's happening, and as you do so, the storm is tearing the place apart. So you're fighting to survive at the same time.
Nice. Can you break that down a little bit further? The engineer's role, that's a pretty specific choice there. How does that come into play with gameplay?
Well, we wanted to give you a framing that meant that you felt like a sort of an everyman doing your best to survive. So you arrive there with a load of tools, including this giant sort of hammer here. You know, you do a bit of percussive maintenance to try and get the place up and running. So instead of doing traditional objectives where you're told exactly what to do, instead we've got a system that we call Squire that you use to kind of diagnose the situation and figure out what's going wrong. So what we can see here is the player exploring around, testing out the locations, trying to see what's happening and trying to piece together in their head how to tackle the situation in front of them. So this is a nuclear reactor that's in the early stages of meltdown, and they're going to try and diagnose what's wrong and try and fix it. So the player has to be observant. They have to engage with the environment, piece together clues that kind of frame them as a detective figuring out how to solve this stuff.
Very interesting.
That just scared me. I was not expecting the ceiling to collapse.
Well, good.
Видели, сейчас железка упала, а потом растворилась на полу, как будто ее здесь и не было.
What players can see on the screen.
Sure. Well, we want to give you lots of anticipation before a fight kicks off, because as you're exploring, you know, you're making a load of noise, you're causing a load of mischief, and that's going to attract some attention.
Yeah.
So there's a tracker at the bottom of the screen that gives you pings of nearby movement. It'll get scrambled by radiation and things like that. So it's like a multi-purpose tool to help them explore and understand the situation. So combined with Squire as a way of doing objectives, it makes you feel like you're there to do a job and you've got to like piece together and survive.
And who's the voice that we keep hearing as well?
Yeah, that's Squire. That's giving you little clues of what to do and how to explore, but never directly tells you exactly what to do. It's kind of like having Clippy in your pocket. You know?
I'm a big fan of the naming Squire. That's very fitting. How many iterations did you guys have to go through for that name?
Well, we always like to give things a kind of uniquely British twist, a uniquely British flavour to it, and it feels like a nice little like friendly friend in your pocket kind of thing. So it seemed like a natural fit.
Squire.
Exactly that, yeah.
Awesome. Now,
Походу завтра аж шарм покажут.
Making that tension a bit more buildable, and you mentioned some horror scenarios too. How can fans of horror games expect Alien Deathstorm to fit into their spooks and scares like Benny did with from Rebellion?
Well, I think this is one of the most exciting parts of the game, because the jump scare that got you there might not happen for another player.
Oh.
It's all tuned around the player's exploration, the player's experiences. So, you know, as you're making a lot of noise and you're exploring, you might be attracting unwanted attention. You get a nice long bit of anticipation before the horrors turn up. But the fights and the encounters will be different for every single player.
So it doesn't matter how many times you've gone through it before, you might never be prepared for what's about to happen.
Exactly that.
That's class. Now, looking at the objective as well, right? Right now, we're trying to repair and restore power to the reactor. Right. What,
Но опять же, на вкус и цвет товарища нет.
Are we keeping an eye out for? Because in the trailer we saw a lot. And right on cue.
Yeah. So the player here has been poking around, attracting attention, and that's spawned some enemies because they heard the sound and they came to take out the player. Yeah. So there's a balance, there's a tension between scavenging for resources.
А вы заметили, как у него пистолет перезаряжается?
You're going to be attracting attention to yourself, so that the fight might get.
А, вон оно как. Я заметил, он никогда не делает вот так. Он просто стреляет, а при этом 3 пули осталось, и потом опять пополняет 12. Вот сейчас это пистолет читерский, там бесконечные пули. Я просто присматриваюсь, смотрю, а он стреляет, и ни разу он в магазине перезарядил.
What weapons are players going to have in Alien Deathstorm?
Yeah, so there's a good range of weapons. You'll only see, I think, 3 of them in this demo. And they're all very kind of grounded, real-world weapons, because we felt like that kind of, that suit the tone, that kind of gritty, grounded sci-fi environment. So you'll see an SMG here, a pistol that's always got ammo. And you can upgrade and tailor the weapons to your personal playstyle. So as you explore, you might find things like a holographic sight to help you aim the gun, and you might choose that that's your playstyle, you might prefer it.
How does that actually work for weapons, the upgrade system in Alien Deathstorm?
There's workbenches found throughout the game, and you sort of collect crafting materials as well, and blueprints for the various parts.
Very good. Very fun. Do you have a favourite weapon that you want to talk about so far?
I always love a shotgun.
Nice.
Shotgun.
Can't go wrong there.
So let's hop back into the world a bit, because Rebellion games have always had a great reputation for exploration, discovering and looking around for new attachments. How does Alien Deathstorm encourage players to venture off the beaten path, especially if you're going to be potentially running into more aliens for doing so?
Yeah, well, we strongly believe in player freedom, and part of the fun of it is finding your route through the environment and choosing how to engage with it. So there is that risk reward, that balance of trying to find those resources and survive, but watching out for threats. So one of the ways that we tackle that is we try and make each environment you explore have a kind of internal logic to it. So this is like a space reactor, and I don't know about you, but I've never been to a space reactor myself. But we try and make sure it's got a kind of clear signposting, clear exploration, so that you can either explore everywhere for resources, or you can sort of get a quick understanding of how you're supposed to explore. But we leave it completely up to the player.
I always love going on exploring, because it's like an Atom Ball. I spent so long trying to search for Morris's hairline, which is just, my character was made bald as balls can be.
Ты покажите уже нормально другую игру.
Sorry, that was hard. I mean, we've got aliens, we've got nice.
Вот он ходит. Ну покажите уже самое интересное.
Like that one. And our players look forward to.
That's class. Yeah, all the best games have got a white visor, but right. So you saw that there, but also if you're out in the storm getting pelted by the elements, you might have to wipe to be able to see what which can lead to some really tense, exciting gunfights where you're trying to juggle visibility while shooting the aliens and trying to survive. So it's all about that kind of immersive, gritty, make you feel like you're really in the suit.
Yeah. That was something about Atomfall that we really enjoyed, is collecting just everyday items that really grounds maybe the players, or especially for me, it feels like that. So having to deal with a lot of nuisance you wouldn't normally in real life or in video games is nice touch. Very good bit.
It's also very helpful for putting together a cool trailer as well. It's the perfect transition.
Yeah, nice swipe transition.
Фонарик работает еле-еле.
We've said this a few times as well, as we're getting into these fights and the weapons that we're using, what else
Говно не
makes
фонарик в
each
этой игре.
that you're running into? Because you've said a few times that you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, so behind the scenes, as well as the player kind of making a load of noise and exploring, we can fine-tune to encourage encounters in certain situations, to kind of build set pieces a little bit. There's a balance between dynamic and making sure that you'll have those high points. But we absolutely don't know with each time what encounter you're going to hit. All of the spaces are designed so that no matter what kind of encounter you get in them, it's going to be a fight. And as you blend different kinds of aliens at once, your strategy has to become much more complicated.
I bet that must be quite a challenge when there are a variety of them around like this, swapping weapons or tactics, etc.
Yeah, so a lot of the fun in the game comes from splitting the player's attention between trying to solve the puzzle of the environment and then having to deal with unpredictable aliens coming from every direction.
Can we get into a little bit as well, like some of the equipment that you have access to? Because we just did a stim there as well.
Yeah, so in this trailer here, you'll see stims and grenades as a couple of additional pieces of equipment you've got. There are more to come in the full game. You can also throw flares to light up the environment ahead of you.
Nice. And like, kind of, what are kind of the, so right now, as we're kind of making our way through the level, what else should players be looking out for?
Well, at this exact point in time, looking out for the alien that's jumping at their head.
Okay, we made it to the reactor as well, is that right? Very cool.
So you never quite know when the fight's going to cool down, or if it's going to bloom back up and you're going to have to encounter more aliens, so you've really got to keep your wits about you. And in this space here, you can see that the tracker has, the scanner is noisy.
Yeah.
You know, so because you're near a reactor, it's messing with your equipment, so you lose a little bit of health.
Yeah.
So you're going to be unaware, like, exactly where aliens are going to be coming from. Also, with these big fights kicking off, what are some of the like most effective like tactics that players could like kind of use to get those situations? You obviously want to kind of thin the horde down at times, so you can then go back to like exploring the area.
Yeah. So a lot
Короче, их пули не берут, он бегает по ним, стреляет, они упадут, потом опять оживают, упадут, опять оживают. А он сидит там, вот видите, мы идем там, вот, я такой типа, враги, он это типа, ну вот, а и упали, а я их потом, так.
Doesn't always work.
И она такая.
That was pretty busy there, with lots of enemies swarming us at once.
Ой, покажите еще какую-нибудь игру.
I don't know if I would maybe be up to it on my own. Would it be okay to ask Benny to give me a hand finishing those aliens off, or?
Well, one of the great things
Тоже скучно сидеть, смотреть такой Gamescom, если честно. Я думал, там покажут игры. Коротко расскажут. А он нам что? Показывают 2 часа один геймплей. Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла, ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. И все. Ну и оперный театр, ты серьезно?
Yeah, and remember, Alien Deathstorm drops spring 2027 as well for players.
Lots to look forward to. Yeah. Well, enjoy Gamescom, Ben. And for us here, this year marks 25 years of Xbox. And for many of us who have been playing since the beginning, it's a special moment. For me personally, my first ever console was the OG Xbox that I got for Christmas. Back in 2003, I had Kung Fu Chaos, Project Gotham Racing, and Rayman 3. But playing Xbox games has actually helped me cultivate a whole bunch of my interests outside of gaming. In fact, I was really obsessed with SSX3, the snowboarding game.
That was class.
So much so that I took up snowboarding in real life. So I'm very happy to be here celebrating 25 years too.
I did that as well and then went face first into a hut. It was a disaster. But you know, as we celebrate the last 25 years, we can also look forward to what is to come. Like the world premieres announced today, chosen by Odin and Dumpster Gang. Plus, with the biggest games coming to Xbox like Minecraft Dungeons 2, Gears of War E-Day, Fable, EA Sports FC 27, NBA 2K 27, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, and Grand Theft Auto 6. No matter where or how you game, the best place to play is Xbox.
Now, to a throwback making a comeback, this next game is sure to make fans of Persona 4 smile wide.
Про Fable лучше расскажите. Покажите нам.
When the revival of this epic franchise drops next year. So take a look.
So, are you getting used to it out here?
There isn't much to do compared to the big city, but there is that certain something you can't get anywhere else.
Bring you more details about the incident in Inaba, a small town shrouded in fog and mystery.
The nicest thing about this town has been the peace and quiet, and now we're going to be the center of attention.
Police are treating this as part of a serial murder case.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel? On a rainy night, you look into a TV that's turned off. When the clock strikes 12, someone else will appear on screen.
Really? An urban legend. Not even a kid would believe something that stupid.
The time has come to open thine eyes. Call upon power within.
Есть любители такой игры? О, Мерседес! Опаньки! Мерседес засветился, марка. А где бы вы, Ауди?
Seem like that world in the TV has to be related to Senpai and Yamano's deaths?
Are you saying people who appear on the TV died?
Whatever's going on here, we're getting to the bottom of it.
А, 4-я часть.
皆さんこんにちは。ペルソナスタジオゼネラルプロデューサーの和田和久です。先ほどご覧いただいたストーリートレーラーではペルソナ4リバイバルの新たな姿をご紹介しました。
Прикол в том, что раньше все эти части персоны были эксклюзивами только PlayStation. А тут бах, на Xbox стали выходить.
しかし、ペルソナ4は単に事件の真相を追うだけの作品ではありません。その根底にあるのは、人と人とのつながり、自分自身についての真実を見つけていくこと、そして、そうした絆の中で紡がれていく人間ドラマを描いた物語です。
Someone in town is definitely kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
これらの対比こそがペルソナ4を特別な作品にしています。明るく青春に満ち、思わず笑みがこぼれるような親しみやすさや人との距離の近さを感じたかと思えば、次の瞬間には不穏な空気に包まれることもあります。稲葉の温かな日常があるからこそ、事件の謎はより強く心に迫ります。そしてその事件を取り巻く闇が深いからこそ、仲間と過ごす何気ない日々がよりかけがえのないものとして感じられるのです。シリーズ未経験の方にとっても、本作はペルソナというシリーズを最も象徴的に体験できる作品の一つです。地方都市で高校生活を送り、人々との出会い、関係を築きながら、一日一日をどのように過ごすかを選択していく。そして日常の裏側にはテレビの中に広がるもう一つの世界が存在しています。そこで仲間との絆が力となって、自らを支える大きな武器となります。
Trust me, we know you can push your limits.
日常と非日常を行き来するこの構造はですね、ペルソナシリーズの核となる要素です。そしてペルソナ4ではその体験がさらに深い謎と結びついています。
It's the picture we took the other day with all the other part-timers.
この物語が描いているのは、人が心の奥に隠しているもの、目を背け続けているもの、そしていつか隠し続けることのできなくなった真実と向き合う瞬間です。こうしたテーマこそが今なお多くの方々に愛され続けている理由の一つだと思います。ペルソナ4リバイバルの開発を始めるにあたって、私たちが最も大切にしたことの一つは、オリジナル版で多くの方が感じてくれたあの空気感を守ることでした。静かな田舎町稲葉の佇まい、仲間たちとの何気ない会話が紡ぐ穏やかな日常、そして少しずつ真相へ迫っていくミステリーらしい緊張感、そうした要素こそがペルソナ4の核となるものです。だからこそ私たちはその魅力の本質を大切に受け継ぎながら、現代の技術や表現によって当時感じていただいた体験をもう一度味わっていただけるよう、一つ一つ丁寧に再構築しました。同時に本作は単なるリマスターではなく、完全なリメイク作品です。リマスターがオリジナルの魅力をそのまま現代に届けるものだとすれば、 リメイクはその魅力を受け継ぎながら現代のプレイヤーにふさわしい体験として新たに蘇らせるものと言えるでしょう。私たちが目指したのはペルソナ4ならではの魅力を大切に守りながら現代のペルソナシリーズが持つ表現力や遊びやすさによって本作を新たに蘇らせることでした。そのため、ゲームプレイそのものも現代のプレイヤーに合わせて進化させています。ユーザーインターフェースの改善やバトルテンポの最適化、ダンジョン探索の快適性向上などゲーム全体をよりスムーズで遊びやすいものへと磨き上げました。初めて稲葉を訪れる人にも久しぶりにこの街へ帰ってくる人にも自然とこの世界に引き込まれるような体験をお届けしたいと考えています。またキャラクター表現にも徹底的にこだわりました。ペルソナ4においてドラマチックなシーンだけでなく仲間たちと過ごす何気ない日常も非常に重要な要素。仲間同士の他愛ない会話、少し気まずさを感じるやりとり、そして突然訪れる緊張や恐怖、そうしたさまざまな感情の移り変わりをより自然により身近に感じていただけるよう一つ一つ丁寧に表現しています。
Are you sure about this?
I don't know. All we can do is trust our instincts at this point.
さらにカメラワークや演出にも細かな調整を加え、何気ない日常のワンシーンであっても登場人物たちの感情がより豊かに伝わるように磨き上げました。ペルソナ4ならではの温かな人間ドラマを大切にしながらキャラクターたちをこれまで以上に身近に感じていただける作品へと生まれ変わっています。
You're me, and I'm you. When you get down to it, all of this is me.
ペルソナシリーズにおいて音楽は単なる BGM ではありません。作品の空気感を生み出し物語を彩りプレイヤーの皆さんの記憶に残るペルソナを語る上で欠かせない存在です。中でもペルソナ4は音楽も多くの皆さんに愛されてきました。だからこそその魅力を損なうことなくオリジナル版への敬意を大切にしながらサウンド制作に取り組みました。原作楽曲の魅力を受け継ぎながらボーカル曲やバトル曲をはじめ全楽曲を現代の表現に合わせて丁寧にリファインしています。さらに本作のために数多くの新曲も制作しました。懐かしさと新しさ、そのどちらも感じていただけるサウンドをお楽しみいただければと思います。
Еще знаете, сколько игр?
ペルソナ4リバイバルにつ
Сейчас
い
я
て
в чат
ご
вам
紹
скину,
介してき
сколько
まし
игр
たが
они сегодня
い
должны
かがでしたで
показать.
しょうか。今後さらに多くの情報をお届けできることを我々ペルソナチーム一郎楽しみにしています。
Вот столько, вот такой список сегодня игр будет.
本作がペルソナシリーズを初めて遊ぶ方には日常と非日常が交錯するペルソナならではの魅力を増すことなく体験していただけると思っています。そしてすでに稲葉市をよく知っている皆さんにも知り尽くしていると思ってたこの街にですね、まだまだ新たな発見や驚きが待っていることを感じていただけるはずです。ぜひペルソナ4リバイバルで霧に隠されたその真実を確かめてみてください。 Who's on air?
Короче, сначала они показывают вот это. Потом они должны показать вот это.
Beautiful environments, immersive puzzles, and fluid combat, then Tomb Raider. And as someone who has played Tomb Raider Legend, Underworld, Anniversary, the original, etc.
Вот такой список сегодня должен быть, по идее.
A bunch of the cutscenes from memory. I am particularly excited to be talking about this next chapter in the legendary franchise. Here with an extended look at the mysteries of Peru in the new Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, please welcome Crystal Dynamics Experience Director Jeff Adams
На сегодняшний
and
очень
Wild
скучный
Paws Art
какой-то
Director
Gamescom, если
Alex
честно.
Tomaszewski. Welcome, guys. How are you? How's your Gamescom going?
Awesome, so far so good.
Good.
Fantastic. I couldn't ask for more.
Awesome. I mean, I am so excited, as you can maybe tell, to see what you've got for us today. So set us up, set the scene. What can we look to expect from the gameplay?
So today we're going to be taking a nice in-depth look at Peru. This is Lara when she is on the hunt for the tomb of Qualapec, and so she has to engage with this iconic location, but it really shows how we were putting reimagining at the forefront to make sure we're preserving familiarity, but at the same time introducing new challenge.
Yeah. Now, Jeff, you literally just said reimagining versus like a remake or remaster. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means to your team as well as for the players?
Absolutely. In a nutshell, reimagining means preserving the things that make those iconic locations recognizable. We want to make sure that we're preserving that core DNA, but we also want to make sure that we're finding new ways to introduce new challenge, new surprise, new delight for our players. And so therefore, if you're a new fan who's never played before, you come in and you just see a really cool game experience. But if you're a fan who's played before, like yourself, we want you to come in and actually have that first play experience all over again.
That sounds great.
Yeah, just to add to on the top of that, like basically what we've got from the original one are a bunch of memories.
Yeah.
So we want to recreate those memories for the new players and just bring more people in and create those new unbelievable stories for them as well.
That sounds so good. Can we dig like a tiny bit deeper into your answers as well?
Sure.
How important
Всем
or maybe
привет,
even
кто
how
подтянулся,
challenging was
ребят.
it to
Всем
strike that
здорово.
balance between nostalgia as well as new exciting experiences for new players?
It's a delicate balance, and I like to say it's a combination of an exciting opportunity to get a chance to get under the hood and really kind of see what we can do, but it's also an incredible responsibility because we know that there are people that have so many strong memories. Like Lara's become so part of people's personas in a lot of ways that we want to make sure that we're really making sure that those fans are seen, but at the same time we're also giving them a chance to actually experience something new with the character. And so we take it very seriously, and everything we change or everything we modify we do because we feel like it's basically what the original developers of the game probably were getting at, but they were just constrained by the tools of their time.
That's beautiful. Have you found the same experience, Eric, as well? The design looks incredible.
Yeah, I mean, what we wanted to do, for example, with art, we wanted to bring back the same color palette. So like when you squeeze your eyes, you can see the the original game, and just bring this subconscious idea throughout the game. But also we want to keep the key elements from the original one. So we're trying to be like Jeff
Ну
said,
хоть геймплей покажите, пока он тут
but then bring our own flavor to it as well.
Okay, I can't wait to spit my eyes then and look at the game. That's so smart. I never thought about that before. Well, can we take a wee look and see what it's all about then? What you guys have been up to?
We will allow it.
О,
Thank you.
геймплей начался.
She is. Oh, such swagger she's got.
Yeah, you see that familiar silhouette come into the light and you just instantly get the hairs on the back of your neck standing up.
I mean, speaking about hairs on your neck, this looks absolutely incredible. Arik, talk to us about, well done, and congratulations to you, the whole team.
Yeah, it's the team's work, but what we're trying to do is being authentic to the place that we are bringing people in, because basically Lara Croft is archaeologist, so the places she discovers and
Lara Croft
to be real. So in this example, we dive deep into Incan culture and architecture in Peru, and also the plants and everything, with the idea of bringing back the original feeling. So we've done what we could with we've been authentic to the Peruvian culture, but also we bring, it's a game, so we want to make it fun and beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, when we dove into it, we're like, okay, the cog puzzle is such an iconic part of that game. I'm going to say iconic a lot because we are dealing with an icon.
Yeah.
So, but let's say they're memorable water cooler moments that people remember so well. But in a modern gaming sense, like we have an ability to create a higher believability sense of immersion. And so when we really kind of step back and we look at it for what it is and how we try to make the gameplay feel naturally seated and believable in the world, but just slightly out of place, like why does this exist? It sparks the feeling of curiosity. And curiosity combined with exploration is like what Tomb Raider is at a core. And so we get it on screen and we hopefully make people happy with it.
Yeah, but also when you look on the cock puzzle, we wanted to make a sense why it's there. So we created a whole narration around it. Like we created this culture that's the ceremony of bringing the cocks together to open the gate to Tomb of Qualopec. So it was really fun to just build the whole structures and logic and the whole system, why it would be there and how it worked.
I love that.
Like here's a perfect example of curiosity on display. Like Lara gets a beautiful pencil dive into the water after dislodging the roots.
И нахрена надо было там крутить, там прыгать, если можно было сразу нырнуть под воду и проплыть под водой. Привет! С таким же рассказывает, бегал на PS1. О, помню, кстати, у нас в Казахстане, помню, были эти клубы, ты платишь там определенное количество денег и мог играть на Sega Mega Drive 2, на PlayStation 1 и на Dendy. И большинство играли на PlayStation в Lara Croft. А еще игру помню хорошо, Twisted Metal, может быть ты такую помнишь? Twisted Metal. Там ты едешь на машинах и надо было еще стрелять, пулять. Вот.
Environment to feel like it's a heritage site. I mean, we're in the wild. This is a lost city, lost to time that we are discovering, and as a result, we have the opportunity to kind of do some storytelling tricks where we can actually say, hey, this is a culture that evolved in isolation for a while. So how do you preserve what we know about Incan culture, but at the same time give it a uniqueness to say, hey, it's unmistakably Tomb Raider, but it's that way because they just evolved in isolation for a while. And when you play the game, you're going to find out why.
Yeah.
Sick. And then you can have a lot of fun with the overgrown aesthetic, as well as obviously some of the dirt that Lara's picked up as she's traversing through these environments. That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of just making sure that the environment feels like you are the person who discovered the first in a very, very long time. Because that's what she does. And we want to make sure that that's how it feels as well.
Yeah, and Lara's not... She's not a delicate flower. She looks good, but she is going to get her hands dirty. She's going to dig in.
Heck yeah.
She's going to go anywhere, and she's going to follow her instincts, similar to how she's doing here. She's like, I need that cog to get that puzzle moving. I found one, but that has opened up the path to somewhere else. So curiosity is driving her. You're going to be along, helping her find that way, and we get into beautiful traversal.
Крежет металл на... И еще сериал сняли. Там Миклоу на своей машине и на PS3 играл. Вот, кстати, у меня PlayStation 3 было в 2013 году, но я, к сожалению, эту игру не достал именно на PlayStation 3. Я просто помню, что где-то 99-й год у нас в Казахстане были такие, да и в России, скорее всего, были такие, там деньги платишь и можешь играть на плойке, на Сиге, на Денди, типа компьютерного клуба, типа того. Вот на PlayStation 1 помню игру Twisted Metal. Да, про клоуна, кстати, ты правильно вспомнил. Был там клоун. Я еще помню, там можно было какие-то определенные чит-коды внести. У тебя были бесконечные патроны, потом супер патроны. Вот. Вот это я тоже хорошо
Preserving some of those classic abilities like push-pull, traversal being fluid and dynamic. We'll get into combat a little bit later, but these are all just Tomb Raider things at the core.
Amazing.
Yeah, but just going back to the scanner thing, like you can use a scanner if you are a fan and just want to, like Jeff said, dig deep into the lore. You can scan things and find out more, but you can also use the scanner as a clue to the puzzles. It gives you clues if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just play it your way.
Yeah. And that's us trying to be sensitive to the players, because there are those that want to have this full breadth of systems, but we also have our hardcore
Да, у
players that are like,
нас также было 15 рублей на 30 минут.
Yeah, I love that. Giving players way more choice and
Но у вас, получается, лучше было. Почему? У нас, я помню, Ну, у нас тенге были. Я помню, если на PlayStation заплатил 10 тенге, ой, на PlayStation, на Sega, то ты мог поиграть 10 минут. А на Sony было по-другому. 3 минуты, это надо было платить 3 тенге, ой, 5 тенге. Ну, короче, у нас чуть-чуть дороже выходило.
That's why we've done so much research.
And when we decided to partner with the Hogs on this
Я помню, там всегда такие челы были рядом. Они такие всегда, когда, например, ты подходишь, начинаешь играть, они сразу подходят и говорят: хочешь, я тебе код сделаю, там на бесконечный патрон. Такой, да, на, только сделай быстрее. Берешь, пилит, на. А хочешь, я тебе сделаю такой код на, там, да, сделай, на.
Make sure we get really cool stuff that's fun to play on screen. And watching this whole process unfold over the last
У нас, кстати, в Германии до сих пор Сегу продают. У нас есть магазинчик, называется «Консоль Мания». Вот. И там до сих пор продается Sega Mega Drive 2. Вот. Дискеты на Сегу. Самый первый PlayStation, второй PlayStation, третий PlayStation продается до сих пор в этом магазинчике. Xbox оригинал, Xbox 360. Короче, это магазинчик такой чисто наш, ностальгия. Вот. Ну, я уже здесь про нынешнюю Германию говорю, что у нас есть Германия. Ну, в моем городе.
City that was adjacent to this temple, discovered things about it along the way, got inside, found this beautiful water clock.
Да, кстати, вспомнил это тоже. Спасибо, что напомнил. Блин, ты пришел, и мы с тобой учили наш сейчас целое детство вспомнили. Ну, ты свое, я свое.
So yeah, we've got this beautiful landscape around us.
Связано с играми.
The environment art is stunning.
I know.
I mean,
incredible.
I mean, we try to. When you play in this game, like we want you to explore and just enjoy exploring the environment, apart of doing everything else. Like if you just want to walk around and want to figure out what was actually happening in this place and how what the people were doing there hundreds of years ago, you can do so. And just working on all those vistas, it's just so awesome. Like our teams put so much heart and passion.
Но мне кажется, что это какой-то ремейк, либо это новая часть Лары Крофт.
One of my favorite moments is the postcard shots where you're alone in the wilderness. You can hear the birds chirping, the leaves rustling. There's no time clock. We want people to slow down when they play the game. We want them to say, take it in, enjoy it. You don't have to speedrun it.
У нас оригинальный диск на PS2 сейчас стоит не распакованный от 60 тысяч. Ого! Ну, 60 тысяч это дорого.
I'll be sightseeing for sure. I've got tears in my eyes. I'm not even joking. That is absolutely incredible. Wow.
А ты сейчас на какой платформе играешь? Там, PlayStation 5, Xbox.
So we've mentioned her grapple hook, we saw the scanner in action as well. How is that really going to affect the gameplay for players, and what other tools has she got up her sleeve?
Well, we've got like you said, the two items that we've already discussed, and as Arctic mentioned, the scanner has some
У меня, например, из платформ на данный момент это у меня сейчас PlayStation 4 и Xbox.
Things under the hood in our PDA that we can use to help.
Это ремейк старых игр Лары.
If you want to equip her in a certain way to help meet challenges as you face them. We've got our crafting system because we want to make sure that, you know, finding med packs
in the middle of the jungle. It's cool.
Xbox Series X и Steam Deck.
No, so we were like, how do we make this still feel like Tomb Raider, but at the same time, like not break immersion. And so that's where like crafting is a perfect add-on addition to it. It lets her scavenge the world for resources, use her knowledge and her ability to craft something useful.
Ну, короче, ты не шибко, ну так, пропустил, ну, короче, нам показывали гирю, потом показывали, я так понял, от студии, которая делает, как его, снайпер элитом, 3-4, вот они показывали что-то там, игру, типа, чужих типа. Вот. Потом про енотов игра была. Там надо бегать, короче, с друзьями и прятаться от охранника. Не, вот сейчас Лару показывают. Приблизительно, сколько стрим будет идти. Еще час, примерно, точно не знаю, но скорее всего час. На Steam Deck почти все Sony игры прошел, так что Xbox мне лучше. Да. 3 миллиона. Они чужие делали. Реально? Я думал, они этим занимаются, как его, снайпер элит. Ну, внешность, кстати, у Лары красивая внешность.
Brilliant, thank you.
I love the addition of the feathers.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to keep the red color, you know, which you remember from the original one. But obviously, our knowledge about the dinosaurs evolved so much since 1996. So we wanted, and like with everything in this game, we want to add on the top of what's been done already. So we kept the color. We had our own silhouette designs, and we added the feathers to make it unique for the legacy of Atlantis.
Nice.
And their combat has been like dramatically overhauled. They're no longer just charging at you and just taking bullets. They're thinking, they're evading.
Скорее всего, ну сейчас посмотрим. Мне кажется, что эта игра тоже будет в геймпассе.
Love seeing the axe make a little appearance. Utility gear for the win. But
еще про Fable должны показать. Еще пока не показывают, но должны. В интернете видел, короче, скриншоты, не знаю, насколько это правда, неправда, что, типа, главная героиня, которая в Fable есть, изначально она была какой-то такой непонятный, такой, как будто трансгендер какой-то, либо баба-мужик, либо мужик-баба. Вот. А тут, типа, якобы они сделали, что она теперь такая симпатичная девушка. Типа девушка похожа на девушку. Там парень похож на парня. Вот. Ну опять же, я не знаю, это правда либо нет.
Oh my gosh, what was it like reimagining such an iconic boss fight here as well as the other ones in Atlantis? How was that?
From our perspective, it was just an honor to work on a T-Rex, but like we worked for such a long time to just make sure it's perfect from our perspective, and we were trying to be respectful to the OG one. You know, the moment when she's coming out like throughout the corner and you see the T-Rex. We couldn't do exactly this, but we wanted to have the same emotions when people see her for the first time, and then just working on a design, it was such a blast.
Yeah. And when you see her, it's like she still has some of those classic DNAs. She's got that beautiful green with that yellow pockets under her eyes, but we've also got some added elements in the feathers that also provide a little bit more of a reason of, she's in a geothermal valley. I mean, she's going to have a little bit of plumage that feels like it matches that environment, and it just gives her this really recognizable signature look.
I just love that we added those red feathers because there's so many versions of the T-Rex, you know, in all the medias, and those red feathers for me is like
Atlantis. Легендарная Атлантика. Типа наша Лара Крофт попадает в легендарную Атлантику. делали «Чужих» и «Хищника» 2010 года. Вон оно как. Кстати, 28 числа у меня на канале выходит новый ролик. Вот. Так что, кто еще не подписан, может подписаться. Там я буду рассказывать про любимую Сонечку нашу. Какой-то Ричард, не мобилку, похоже, Лара. Но постоянно бегает и не хватает собирать монетки.
Can we go check out the booth?
Да, я с тобой согласен.
Okay, let's do it. Guys, thank you so much again. Check out Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis when it launches on Xbox Series X and S on February 12, 2027.
Ну, наконец-то, про Лару мы закончили. Да, закончили. Покажите, чем там Fable.
And play across Xbox console and Windows PC. Pre-order now. Plus, if you pre-order the deluxe or collector's edition like me, get ready to play a full 48 hours early starting February 10th. Now guys, there is still a whole lot more coming up here on the Xbox at Gamescom broadcast, including Mega Man Dual Override, Forza Horizon 6, and
я так понял, они говорят, на этом все, а вот следующий Gamescom они покажут остальные игры.
Bowerstone, combat and more. I'm simply chuffed. Now then, if ridding an alien planet of its most menacing habitats with a rig full of futuristic weaponry and S-tier teamwork is your idea of a good time, have I got a game for you? Check this out.
In Exterminats, every contract begins on a frontier that's equal parts breathtaking and barely holding together. You'll gear up aboard the rig, meet your crew, and choose the tools that fit your playstyle.
Упал, отжался.
Then it's time to drop in and get to work.
А что за игра? Fable видео. Полный геймплей был там. Управлять всем городом. Покупать дома, бизнес и все такое. Кстати, Fable новым теперь можно будет еще жениться, заводить детишек, заводить любовниц. Ты можешь в одном поселении сделать детей, потом пойти в другом, как говорится, наплодить, чтобы хороших людей было как гораздо больше. Но это в новом Fable. А еще пока неизвестно, будет ли русский язык Fable новым. Но пока неизвестно. Там на официальном сайте Xbox люди голосование открыли. Мне Fable 2 самая лучшая часть. Ну, если честно, я даже Fable 1 и 2 не играл. Я вот это жду, вот этот новый Fable. Я себе купил Гирзу. Вот. 6 октября в нее поиграю. И Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 купил. Outer World, что ли? Такое ощущение, что это Outer World. И что за игра, что-то понять не могу. Ты тоже голосовал? Но я тоже прожал голос. Я, например, голосовал, когда за эксклюзивы, вот, и за русский язык Fable. Я не в Фигер заиграл. Первую я не играл, потому что она полностью на английском, вот прям полностью. Вторая там субтитры. Третья гиря была уже на русском полностью. Четвертая гиря был русский язык, но субтитры. Пятая гиря была тоже с субтитрами. Ну вот я это жду. Из всех гир мне понравилась 3-я и 4-я. 5-я тоже по сюжету, но почему 4-я зашла по механике? В 4-й гире ты мог покататься и в танке, и роботы. Там были такие гигантские роботы, ты мог сесть и управлять огромными роботами. А вот уже 5-й части гири такой вкусняшки не дали. А вот интересно, что будет в этой гире.
She's very fun. She's kind of like our weird, dark fairy godmother in the game. She will make all of your darkest dreams come true, but there will be a cost.
Well, is there more to her than meets the eye? Because you said a fairy godmother type. Now,
Первая часть на
many people could
русском.
interpret that in different ways. So, tell me a bit more deeper about Tasha.
5-я с открытым
She
миром.
is charming
Но
and
5-ю часть я
charismatic.
играл сам сюжет.
And so she has kind of this magnetism that draws you in, but there is
Она
an
же DLC
undercurrent
потом
of
попозже
danger with her
выпустили.
because she's incredibly cunning,
Вот.
and she's always working towards her own ends, not yours.
Но
And
так
you
как у
don't
меня была
always know what
голдовская
her true goals
версия,
are in the
Gears
game, so
5-я.
you do always have to stay
Но
on your toes
DLC я
with
знаю,
her.
что она еще
So I
также
know
и в
with
геймпассе.
classes like
Ты можешь через
Warlocks
геймпасс
and D&D,
DLC
typically
скачать и игру
there's
скачать.
often a pretty tragic way in which they
Я
come
искала
to know their patrons.
5-ю
So,
лучше,
can you shed a little
как
light
по
on how
мне.
Tasha is going to meet Tasha?
Да,
Indeed, I can.
и в 5-й версии Хала там еще была озвучка
Tasha
хорошая.
is searching for someone, and that search brings her to Tasha in order to get what she wants.
Now, you've obviously played many characters before in various fantasy settings, but was there anything in particular that was a bit more challenging about playing someone like Tasha?
I think the challenge of Tasha is that she is so cunning, and she is always planning 10 steps ahead of everybody else in the room.
Of course.
So she's always moving and shaking, and so having to hold all of that within you in any scene that you're in, and always know that there's something else that she's negotiating. Even if you think you're negotiating this, you're actually negotiating about this.
Obviously, being a huge fan of D&D as well, right? So,
Мне кажется, что вот эта девушка, женщина, которая сейчас сидит, именно с нее был срисован вот этот персонаж. Ну, по лицу, потому что немножко видно.
Parallels in that kind of excitement you had when you got to play Orin, and now you get to sort of re-enter the universe now in Warlock.
Tons of excitement to re-enter the universe. D&D is so fun because you can be anything you want to be, do anything you want to do.
Dragon
So I
Age
genuinely love D&D.
загубили.
I love to play with my friends, and
Но вот Dragon
it is a
Age
nice
я
home
не
space
играл,
for me.
если
So then being
честно.
able to be a part of games that also are in those worlds is incredibly fun. How many times can I say
Какие
fun
игры,
in
ну,
one
по
interview?
моему
Fun,
мне,
fun, fun.
мне
It's
понравились.
very fun.
Первое, это
It is in fact quite fun.
Quantum Break.
What was your
Я ее
question?
даже
Because I
купил.
blacked out and all I'm on is
Вот.
The excitement
Потом
of
Сын
playing a
Рима.
character like Orin, being
Потом
such a
Titanfall
D&D fan,
2.
was that mirrored in then having the opportunity to re-enter D&D
Little
again
Hope.
as now?
Oh, absolutely. But
И
also,
Дом
like,
Праха.
Tasha's an iconic D&D character, and that comes with a decent amount of stress and scariness and, oh God, what have I done? Can I pull this off? I think every time I get booked on something, I have a minute of panic of like, oh God, and now I have to do it.
I mean, people are committing their entire lives to a patron, so yeah, that's a lot of weight on your shoulder.
Yeah, the least I could do is try.
Yeah. Well, Maggie, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for just voicing so many incredible characters. But next up, we're actually heading over to the world of Mega Man and Twinkle Girl, which is just an incredible sentence to say out loud. So why don't we check in with Benny and see what's up with that?
They're called fan favourites for a reason, and this next game can certainly claim that title. And here to show off gameplay to the newest entry to the beloved franchise,
какой у тебя
Mega Man
список твоих
Override.
игр?
Please welcome game producer Hiroyuki
Ну, какие игры ты
Minamatani
любишь
and game
играть?
director Shinya Ikuta.
Hello everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Welcome. Now, we're going to hop straight into some gameplay. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to play?
最初はゲームプレイを紹介しますけれども、ゲームコースについて少しでも説明していただけます？はい。今回小バージョンということで、ティンクルガール以外のステージは、伏せられています。で、もう本来は全ての8体のボスから1体を選んで、好きなステージを選んで、攻略するのがロックマンらしさであります。
Okay, today we'll be playing from the Gamescom build that we have here, so we only have one stage available. When the full game comes out, you'll be able to choose from 8 different stages.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Dog. So we've got Twinkle Girl as well, which I know is one of the new robot masters.
で、Twinkle Girl は新ボスっていう認識で私です。
そうです。
Yes, she is a new boss for this game.
じゃあ早速選んでみましょうか。
All right, let's get started.
はい。
So, can you tell us a little bit about the 3 stages that we have, which is new?
はい。で、ステージ3つのエリアがあることについて少し説明していただけます？
はい。今回は3ステージ構成になってて、ステージが進むごとに、だんだん難しくなっていきます。で、最後にボスが待ち受けています。
Alright, so every stage in the game will have 3 separate areas, and as you progress through each of them, they'll become more and more difficult. The robot master for each of those stages will be waiting for you in the 3rd area.
Okay, amazing. Should we hop in and see what we have on offer?
じゃあ始めましょうか。
はい。では最初のステージを選んでいきます。はい。
Alright, we're gonna get started.
Okay, amazing. So we've got 3 chips here. Can you tell us what this feature is?
で、そのチップについて少しでも説明していただけます？
はい。チップをセットすることで、強化す
Ты
ることができる
Mortal
んですけど
Kombat
も、
любишь играть,
今回は3
Ultimate?
種類のチップセットを用意しました。
Okay, Mega Man is able to equip a variety of chips throughout the game that'll add a variety of abilities to him.
Помню,
For the,
Mortal
Gamescom show for
Kombat
demo, we have
Ultimate,
3
там
chips
еще можно
available
было
to
за
players.
тени играть.
Amazing. And what's the first one that we're going to use?
で、今日最初に使うのはどちらでしょうか？
一番上の、
Я сейчас просто зашел на твой канал, ну, на
Alright,
YouTube
so first
канал.
we're going to be using one that's a little bit
Посмотрим, у
more
тебя там
defensive.
год назад был ролик.
Nice. Let's see it in action.
はい、じゃあ
Mortal Kombat на Sega Mega Drive 2 играешь.
はい。この3つのチップセットは体験版だけの
Люблю
Alright, so for the Gamescom demo, we only have 3 chips
резного
available. Once the full game comes out,
жанра.
players will
Но
have a very
обычно
wide variety of chips to be able to
серии
use for a variety
игр
of
жду
stuff.
больше,
Amazing. Oh, we can see it here,
чем
right
GTA
there. So
6.
it's help block those abilities, right?
で、そのシールを使う時には、
ремейк.
攻撃にダメージ受けないようにするんですよね。
そうです。はい。
Yeah, that's correct. It'll reduce damage.
Yeah, amazing.
Жду больше, чем GTA
いつでも
6.
解除できます。
Alright, so with the shield itself, you can actually
Я
turn it
GTA
off at
6
any
тоже,
point.
кстати, предзаказал.
So I'm guessing that's going to create
Но я очень сильно надеюсь, что вот в 5-й части, к сожалению, на Xbox не было RP-сервера. Вот это минус. А вот на ПК-версии они делали RP-сервер. Вот, я надеюсь, что в этой части 6 на Xbox тоже появится RP-сервер, и можно будет зайти с друзьями поиграть в RP.
黒くなっていくというか、ちょっと焦げが発生して、はい、ダメージ表現が分かりやすくなっています。
Yeah, so with each enemy, as you damage them more and more, you'll start to see them kind of develop damage and scars and that sort of thing. And as they become darker, it's clear that they're getting closer to being killed.
Okay, amazing. So as we progress through the level as well, we're noticing a lot of familiar enemies and that people will recognize from the previous games, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you balance it in this game?
はい、ステージが進行につれて、馴染みの
А так, в октябре, что я планирую, например, сначала Гиру, хочу сделать стрим по Гирсу Варды, потом по игре Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 хочу сделать стрим. Но, скорее всего, стримить я буду не на этом канале, а на Твиче. GTA 5 сервера лагали, даже на PS4 онлайн был с лагами. Я, короче, видишь, GTA 5 купил на Xbox, но сейчас скажу в каком году. Если не ошибаюсь, в 2023 походу я купил игру на Xbox. А до этого я все это время играл на ПК. У меня друг, он, короче, чит, но это было давно, он такой чит скачивал. Короче, ты подбегаешь, прям в онлайн режиме можно было делать бабки бесконечно. Нажимаешь чит, и люди, NPC, если рядом где-то ходили, они когда падали с неба, с них сыпались деньги. И ты мог ходить просто вот так кучей, собирать эти деньги. NPC как дождем просто падали. Вот, это был безопасный чит. Благодаря этому читу мы себе там что угодно сидели, там покупали все, короче, купили все, что можно было купить. Вот. Потом помню, я скачал какой-то чит, там можно было самому прописать сумму, Но я, дурак, взял себе, не помню, то ли 40 лямов прописал, то ли сколько. А это было нельзя. И мне, короче, бан нахрен выдали где-то на недели 2 с предупреждением, что если вдруг я еще раз использую чит, то мой аккаунт отключат навсегда, типа все, бан. И я чуть-чуть помню, поиграл в GTA 5 онлайн и забросил. Но прикол в том, сюжет, там я еще ни разу не играл. Вот только в онлайн рубился, сюжет не играл. Потом на Xbox я купил себе Red Redemption 2, и этот Red Redemption 2 еще с 2020 года по 2024 год я играл. Только сюжет. Еще онлайн даже не играл. А уже в 23-м году я купил GTA онлайн на Xbox. Вот. Так что если у тебя на Xbox есть GTA онлайн, можем вместе поиграть. Я на ПК через облачный серый играл и также RDR 2. Ты через Xbox Cloud играл? Или через GeForce Now? Про читеров RDR 2 там вообще были огромные животные. От крыс до кошек дома. Такое делали читаки. А вот я что заметил, если играешь на консоли, ну, в GTA, да, то играть очень классно, именно вот на консоли. А если ты заходил на ПК, в GTA-шку, все, пипец. Любой читер мог тебя просто телепортировать куда-нибудь, либо просто нахрен убить тебя каким-то образом, там, самолет на тебя упадет, машина на тебя грохнется. Все. А вот на консоли читов не было, поэтому на консоли, да, тебя могли прибежать, там игроки расстрелять и все. Но телепортировать, либо на тебя что-то нахрен обрушить, такого не было. GeForce Now. Я просто играю сейчас через это, тоже через облако, только через Cloud. Иногда. Иногда на ПК играть через облако, иногда через Xbox. Просто у нас была такая, короче, смотри, у нас, ну, сейчас лето уже заканчивается, а до этого жара была лютая, пипец, там по 38 градусов жары выходил. И если играть такие, скажем, графонистые игры на консоли, то консоль греется, дома становится жарко, а окно ты не откроешь, чтобы проверить, ну, потому что на улице жара. Поэтому приходилось играть через облако. Вот тут облако, базару нет, спасает. Ты играешь, и консоль просто домашний воздух выдувает, но не греется. В этом плюс облака. Играл раньше через облако. Мне хватало своей старой Xbox 360 и 60 дисков. Ого! Нифига себе, сколько у тебя дисков.
So as a fan service to series of the Mega Man series, we brought back a variety of robots, robot masters. Astroman is one of them, but there will be others besides him, so get excited.
I love seeing some of these like kind of battles that you see.
このような戦略を見るのは楽しいですね。
初めのボスと違って2番目のボスなので、ちょっと歯ごたえのある難易度になっています。それがすごく難しいです。これを避けるのが。
Yeah, so compared to the boss in the first area, Astroman's the boss for the second area, so it'll be a little bit more difficult than the boss we fought earlier.
So close!
Yeah.
The shield chip would have come in handy there.
У меня на PS3 дисков где-то 38 штук. Ого, нифига себе. Ну, теперь твои диски, PlayStation 3 или там PlayStation 4, они теперь у тебя считаются раритетом. Вот так. Потому что Sony все, уже дисков отказалась. Сейчас фанаты там митинги устроили, митингуют. Но в кавычках, скажем так, митинг. 28 августа у меня выйдет ролик, там как раз я рассказываю про этот митинг, как они там митингуют, это просто смешно.
Activating that override. So close. Oh!
あまり最後まで見せちゃうとね、ちょっとユーザーの楽しみもなくなるんで、次のステージに移りたいと思います。
Alright, so for the sake of the fans, let's move on to the third area and show that a little bit too.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's go because the third area is where we're going to see
Пока уже давно диски отказался, и что? Ну, не знаю, вот у нас, например, в Германии есть такой магазин, Медиамаркт называется. И если там зайти, там до сих пор диски продаются, даже на ПК. Правда, я не обманываю. Ты можешь зайти, купить диск с игрой на ПК, установить и все. Xbox диски до сих пор продаются, PlayStation диски продаются и Nintendo диски продаются.
One thing to ask as well, why was it important to evolve the robot master stage design for the latest entry in the series?
Смотри, у меня ПК называется Nitro 70, там дисковода нету, но, сейчас я 5 минут включу. Видно, не видно, сейчас гляну, секундочку. Сейчас подожди, я уберу вот эту.
One reason for the kind of progression for the stage itself is we want players to have a sense of progression and success and achievement as they've gone through the stage. So again, each area becomes more and more difficult, and so by clearing each one, there's a sense of accomplishment.
DVD Brenner.
And how do you balance the challenge that players are going to face and then having those
Он
conveniences
кастомный,
like
его можно подключить. Type-C. Можно Type-C он подключить к ПК и можешь установить любые игры и играть. Вот. У нас тоже такое продается.
Yeah, so if you think about it, obviously the enemies become more and more difficult, more powerful as you progress through the stage, but also we get more strategic with the placements of the enemies, so they're in more inconvenient places, so to speak. But again, it really gives players an ability to practice and kind of level up as they're playing through.
I love seeing how much more difficult this stage is as well compared to the other two.
Yeah, it is pretty tough, isn't it?
やっぱロックマンは歯応えがすごく大事だと思っているので、はい、難しめに調整してます。
Yeah, of course, the Mega Man series itself is known for its challenge. We want to make sure we kept that for the classic fans.
Do you have any tips for players picking it up for the first time?
ロックマンシリーズを初めて遊ぶユーザーにとって何かアドバイスあります？
ロックマンは特殊武器を使うと、強い攻撃が与えることができるので、このボスも特殊武器が効くようになってますので。
So yeah, Mega Man again will have access to a variety of special weapons. Using those special weapons against robot masters will actually have some pretty extra effects on them. So we recommend picking those up and using those as well.
This fight looks so hard against Twinkle Girl.
But Twinkle Girl 戦は難しく見えるんですけど。
めちゃくちゃ難しいんで、僕はもう喋れませんね。
It is pretty tough. So Ikuta-san's gonna stop talking because it is pretty tough.
難しいですけど、攻撃パターンを見極めれば。
Нет, таких нету. Вот сейчас объясню почему. Смотри, это дисковод, который я показал, это DVD. Современные игры, именно Xbox-овские, там уже нужен Blu-ray дисковод. Я, например, Blu-ray не нашел, я только нашел DVD. Такие дисководы и на Xbox Series S есть, съемные, и у PS5 также. А также нет. Но в том плане, что ты все равно можешь игру установить через диск, даже если съемный купишь дисковод. В этом плане я имею в виду.
8体のボスまだお見せしてませんけども、非常に魅力的なキャラクターをたくさん用意しているのと、 そのうちの1体はユーザーから募集をして選抜されたすごく、デザインが、かっこいい、ボスが登場しますので、それを楽しみにしてほしいです。
Alright, so within the game itself, there are 8 robot masters across the 8 stages that players will have access to. We're only revealed one so far, but one of those robot masters is actually going to be designed by a fan. We held a design contest, so that winning entry will be part of the game as a final boss.
That is amazing to see. It's like you've already got such like dedicated fans to the franchise, and they're going to be absolutely buzzing to see that.
ファンの皆さんは情熱的なんですけれども、そうファンが作ったデザインをゲームに入れてやっぱり興奮感がやっぱり強くなりますよね。
オープン感ですか？
興奮感。
興奮。
はい。
いや特にデザインした人はすごく興奮すると思います。
Yeah, especially the person who created that winning design, they're going to be super duper excited to see it in the game.
もしかするとね、スタッフロールに名前が載るかもしれませんね。
そうですね。スタッフロールには名前が出ますから、ボスも特徴的なステージに出ますので、楽しみに発表を待っていただければと思っています。
So it's not just that Robot Master design, but the whole stage for that Robot Master will also be themed around that design itself. So it's going to be a really kind of special experience. The staff's really excited to reveal it as well.
Oh, I'm excited to see it as well. It's a bit like how we've seen the Twinkle Girl stage today and how that's all designed.
Ну, я, если честно скажу, как я не знаю, производит либо нет, но у нас в магазине, как я говорю, повторюсь, у нас есть магазин Медиумарк. Если туда зайти, там есть специальный отдел, гейминг называется, ты туда заходишь, и там игры, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, и даже игры есть именно в дисковом виде. ПК.
Coming to Xbox very soon.
Come on down today. Your Jurassic journey awaits.
Значит, музей.
Anyone here?
Sorry, kid, but what was your name?
Jordan.
I'm Stella. I need you to find Dalton.
Oh no, this isn't good.
Я думаю, тут значит музей игра.
Come across this material with some sort of organic properties. I should have stopped long time ago.
И это я не знаю, если честно. Я сейчас не буду врать, придумывать. За нового ничего не знаю. Может быть есть, а может быть и нету.
Something took him. It took everyone. There's not a soul here.
Many of these things are there.
There are other areas that can get you back to the surface, but you gotta go deeper. Suppose the only way out is through.
This operation must be contained. I'll find him, Stella. I will.
It's a partnership made in gaming heaven.
IKEA.
helps create space.
Это они сейчас будут показывать подушку и стул. Они же еще ребрендинг с IKEA.
It promises to be an unforgettable collaboration. Joining me with more on this new IKEA gaming collection, please welcome back
Да, вон стульчик видно, вон там сзади. И подушка в виде крестовины.
Developer Philip Delay from IKEA. Hi guys, welcome. How are you?
Hey, good to be back.
Good to be back.
It's great to see you. Now, let's talk Ixtabi. Tell me a little bit more about this furniture collection.
Yeah, so it's a furniture collection, or a home furnishing collection, I would say, because it's furniture and accessories may just enhance the gaming experiences for people in their homes who
Вот бы мне такую полочку, у них там полочка есть, там геймпады. Вот бы мне такую полку дома иметь. У меня до хрена геймпадов от Xbox, у меня очень много. Я себе их набрал кучу, на всякий случай. Если вдруг сломается, чтобы не бежать в магазин покупать, я просто достал другой и играю. А что Sony сделала? Так это отдельная подписка, чтобы играть онлайн-игры. На Xbox все бесплатно. Как это было ровно наоборот у PS3. Что Sony сделала, так это отдельная подписка, чтобы играть онлайн-игры. На Xbox все бесплатно, как это было ровно наоборот у PlayStation 3. Вот тут я, если честно, я не понял, это отвечать к чему.
Comes alive through the product, so that's what we looked at.
Yeah, we were inspired by like elements of the controller, but also like how people use it. You know, how people store it, how they charge it, and just making sure that yeah, we use some of our IKEA smarts to help you organize all the gear you have around the game.
Yeah. One of the fun things about this project was IKEA and Xbox both share the same philosophy of making products that solve real problems, that are expressed in a way that anybody can enjoy them at home. And grounding on that, we really start to unlock new ideas and thoughts, and it shows up in all of the collection.
Yeah, for sure. Lord knows I need some IKEA smarts as well in my gaming at home,
That's
so
right.
Sounds great. So guys, can I get my hands on this collection maybe at my local IKEA store or even online?
Yeah, very soon.
Okay, how soon maybe? When do you expect to launch?
We'll launch globally from October 1st this year.
Wow, awesome!
Just around the corner, absolutely.
Just around the corner, not long to wait at all. I can't wait at all.
Если ты имел про то, что онлайн-игры на PlayStation надо играть через подписку, а на Xbox можно без подписки, я знаю, что раньше надо было иметь Gold. Потом они сделали так, что Gold отменили. Если игра бесплатна, ну скажем там Warframe, War of Tanks, такие игры типа бесплатно, но онлайн игры, то тут тебе никакой подписки не надо, вообще никакой. Ты можешь просто заходить и играть. Но если ты игру купил, допустим, там Call of Duty, Battlefield или еще какую-то игру, то да, тебе надо подписочку иметь.
Ultimate. And this is the first time for Xbox at Gamescom to actually have a partnership like this with IKEA right here in the booth. And like Philip said, if you look close enough, you'll see some Easter eggs. You'll find them.
Ну, у Sony сейчас тоже проблема. Они, во-первых, монополистами становятся. У них сейчас очень много исков в суд. Я вот недавно делал ролик, где ролик называется «Sony делают все неправильно, сейчас я их научу». Там я реально рассказываю 9 причин, которым надо Sony изменить, и вот тогда они перестанут быть монополистами, они перестанут часто в суд, иски в суд и так далее.
This is so fun. This is so fun. Looking at all these incredible games at the Xbox booth, absolutely loving it.
It's not bad, is it? Talking of not bad games though, Forza Horizon 6 absolutely crushed.
На PlayStation 3 играл Батлу без всякой подписки. Что не скажешь про Xbox 360?
Game's gone down really well. We've been releasing a bunch of new content, right? We've had new race events, new cars, and now we're introducing a new feature.
Yeah, nice. I mean, Charlie and I have been in constant competition to see who can fully complete all the achievements.
Where are you at, by the way?
I have 2 left.
I've got 1 left, baby!
There we go.
I know what I'm doing on the flight home, thank you.
Neck and neck.
Так, у меня тоже такой геймпадик есть.
Let's do it.
So why don't you tell us all about it? What have you got?
Yes. So we've been blown away by the launch of Forza Horizon 6. We've welcomed millions of players to Horizon Japan. We've added new cars, new rewards, new events. And today we're really excited to give you a first look at a brand new game mode, which is Drift Attack. So this will be free to all players. And I'm accompanied by Will, he'll be driving.
Our beautiful assistant today.
There is no way that I can drift and drive at the same time and talk. So it's worth saying this is all live, so no pressure, Will.
Yeah.
No pressure at all. So
we're going to be really nice and polite to you, whatever happens.
We're trying to grow you up.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're at the sort of drift circuit. We've kind of upgraded it a bit, put some aftermarket cars.
Спасибо за подписочку. И вот такие недавно тоже приобрел уши себе. Тоже Forza Horizon 6.
You made the stream. You made the stream. There you go. It's a dev kit. So to start a drift attack, all we need to do is drive through the gantry and away we go. It's all about setting the highest drift score on one lap and then trying your hardest to beat it every single time.
Nice. Okay, so we're
А в течение 1 минуты ты можешь писать чат. Ну, если ты подписался, то да, в течение 1 минуты. 1 минуту подожди, и все, и чат доступен будет, можешь писать.
And if you're drifting within the sort of blue lanes there, it will actually increase your score.
Oh yes, I can see the multiplier at the bottom. Nice.
Yes, you get a times 2 multiplier. The way that works is kind of for 2 reasons. One of them is it's to kind of reward those players who are really good at the game. But also they've been strategically placed for sort of the best drifting line. So it's there to sort of encourage where you should be kind of getting your angles.
Bit of education, bit of accessibility.
Yeah, bit of education.
У меня геймпад на Xbox, как у Sony, похож на PS1 геймпад. Ого, даже так? Круто. А скажи, пожалуйста, как тебя зовут? А то по аватарке у тебя как будто ник, ну не ник, а сама аватарка, она как будто девушка. Но вот по общению ты как будто мужик, если мы с тобой сейчас вот так общаемся, ты мужик. Если что, меня звать Витя. Виктор, можешь Витек звать Витя. Вот. Как тебя зовут?
Taking the score against himself. If you wanted to, you could actually join a convoy of people.
Это от 8 бит до...
We kind of wanted that competition to be more opt-in, so you can rock up and you can just drift for as long as you like.
A scotch better. I did see the leaderboards on the side as well.
Yes, the emerald leaderboards. Yes, so these are.
Но я заходил на тот канал, посмотрел у тебя там Mortal Kombat Ultimate, старая игра. Там 1998 год где-то примерно. Могу ошибиться, но примерно. Никита. Здравствуйте. Вчера купил первый раз консоль Xbox Series S. Впечатление на высшем уровне. То, что ты перешел на Xbox, я тебя с этим поздравляю, бро, правда, серьезно. Мои поздравления. Можешь играть, наслаждаться играми. Также у нас существует кросс-платформа с компьютером. Если ты, например, купил игру на Xbox, и у тебя есть приложение Xbox на Windows, то ты можешь играть эту же игру уже на ПК. Либо через это же приложение можешь стримить картинку с Xbox на ПК, а уже потом захватом экрана делать это через OBS, ну и стримить на YouTube, либо на Twitch. Поздравляю тебя с покупкой, Никит. Евгений. Евгений, а аватарку можно и любую. Ясно. Это Mortal Kombat Трилоджи, мод на Сеге, новыми персонажами из всех МК. А, вон оно как.
An element of like thinking about it. You can make an S1 or whatever and find someone else's tune and then go and do it and then hey, well done, you're great. But actually applying to a specific car type, that's the challenge. I really like that.
That's the hope. Yeah, it encourages people to try different cars as well they might not have tried.
Amazing.
But it comes with that as well. Obviously we have brand new rewards for this category. So we've got a drift attack, race helmet and suit, which is super cool. People want more of that sort of stuff, so you'll be able to apply that to your character. Then the coolest reward is a brand new Forza Edition, the Jaguar XJS Forza Edition. So this is our first post-launch new Forza Edition, similar to the ones we did.
А компьютера нет, только на консоль денег хватило. И подписку на месяц. Получается, ты меня сейчас смотришь через Xbox. Кстати, на PlayStation 5 нету браузера. Вот тут ты, кстати, очень умно купил Xbox. У меня, например, Xbox есть, ну, у меня 4 Xbox, 2 Series S и 2 Series X. Сейчас я немножко расскажу, и почему, зачем нахрена мне столько много Xbox. Series X, ну, это чисто для себя, чисто вот для телевизора в зале. Вот. Это чтобы каждый раз HDMI в авермедиа не втыкать, но чтобы стримить. Series S я взял чисто под стримы. Вот. Там она у меня всегда подключена к авермедиа, ну это карта захвата, и вот через карту захвата я стримлю. У жены тоже Series X, но у нас в спальне есть. И у нас еще на стене висит телевизор. Поэтому иногда фильмы всякие посмотреть. Да, пожалуйста. Она наушники, например, одела. Я наушники подключил к геймпаду. Все, сидим спокойно, фильм смотрим. Соседи не мешаем никому. Они ничего не слышат, а мы вот сидим, например, там можем фильм смотреть, либо играть в игры какие-нибудь можно вместе. Вот. В этом плане Xbox выигрывает. Я знаю, что на PlayStation 5 там вроде как-то через костыли можно типа браузера зайти, но это костыль. Потом на Xbox есть Quick Resume, но он работает только если ты играешь в сюжетную игру, не онлайн игру. Ты можешь, например, свернуть игру, зайти в другую, там, даже если ты кэш почистишь на Xbox, ты все равно можешь вернуться к этой игре через Quick Resume, и ничего она не потеряет, ну, в том плане, ничего не будет там. Ты зайдешь и с того же места начнешь. А вот на плойке что прикольно, эта функция была. И уже в 2025 году они обновили, и вуаля, эта функция исчезла. И Sony такие сидят, говорят, ребят, а почему вы у нас убрали? Все? Нет, смотрю вас на ютубе через телефон, а про стрим что рассказывают. Ну тут, короче, про Forza, ну видишь, что плохо. Русского субтитров нету. Вот. Но они типа рассказывают, вот видите, мы там игру сделали, вот смотрите геймплей по игре, вот такой типа. Я изначально думал, Gamescom что нам покажет. Типа игру, там, хотя бы немножечко геймплей сюжет. Нам показали здесь в начале стрима разобранную Xbox, лимитированную вот эту лимитку 25-летнюю. Потом показали Gears, немножко как Gears будет идти. Потом показали немного других игр. Вот. И уже потом вот пришел Евгений, и мы вот с Евгением просто сидим и разговариваем. А в России с Xbox невозможно смотреть. Почему? Понял, VPN.
So we're also going to be partnering with 7-Eleven, which is super exciting for us. We've got the booth here and everything. Anyone here is kind of seen it with the...
Ну, может, не на вы меня называть, а на ты.
There's going to be an evolving world as part of that. And yeah, we look forward to kind of talking about that more near the time, but something for players to look forward to there as well.
Hell yeah.
Это если что, я сейчас Никите
What
говорю.
we're looking forward to now is seeing drifting skills.
Your turn, Henry. We've seen the leaderboard set by Will.
Do you mind if I change the settings?
No.
That's the sound of a pro.
Yeah,
That's the sound of a pro right there.
No.
Do you mind if I switch on?
Now changing the settings.
We need an equal comparison.
You're right. Oh, this thing's got some...
Okay.
Yeah, it's fierce. It's fierce.
What can we do to put off Henry? Like,
Absolutely.
Я не знаю, правда, неправда, что какой-то там японский геймер хотел подать на студию Playground, вот эту, которую сделал Формулу 6, ну вот эту форму. За то, что типа можно ездить по рисовым полям. Насколько правда, не знаю, фейк, не фейк, информация.
Have we left damage on? No, we're good.
You're good.
Yeah. Did you like how I changed the camera while I was driving?
Кстати, сегодня стартует предзаказ, но это будет в Америке, на лимитированный Xbox Series X зеленый цвет, и стоить он будет $899.
With the multiplier, right? It adds up pretty quick.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there. Go on, Henry.
Вот так.
To be in there.
Go on, you can do it.
I'm going to be cheeky here.
Henry,
He's done it. He's done
stop
it.
milking it.
You're trying to min-max it. You're trying to min-max
We'll go backwards over it.
You're gonna fail it.
You're gonna
fail it.
You're
And
gonna
you're
give
gonna
me
fail
time
it.
out.
And on that
Nice try,
bombshell,
nice try.
That's
thank
always
you
fun.
so much for joining us, guys. A truly exceptional update to a truly
Кстати,
exceptional game. So thank you so much for
Xbox
joining
сейчас
us.
работает
Right,
над
well,
такой
Fable
программой,
listen up,
ты
because
можешь,
we're bringing
например,
the
взять
Fable
свой
experience
диск,
to you here at Gamescom
засунуть
at
в
home with an
Xbox,
in-depth look
и он у
at
тебя
reimagining the
оцифруется.
franchise.
Yeah, but first, it's time to visit the brooding and
Потом смотри, что
futuristic
можешь
world
делать.
of Warhammer
Например,
40K
допустим, у
Dark
тебя есть
Heresy,
Xbox
and the voice of
Series
bringing the characters to
X
life.
и S,
Yourself.
к примеру. К примеру, ты на Series X оцифровываешь игру, и а на Series S можешь играть потом. Вот, эту игру в цифровой виде. Но от этого диск у тебя никак не стирается, не удаляется.
Numerous signs of bruising, superficial damage to the surface layers of the skin, apparent loss of integrity in some of the smaller bones.
Как по мне, в Forza 6 без руля делать нечего. На геймпаде управление лично мне не управляемое. Но у меня руль есть. Я играл, но мне, например, на геймпаде чуть легче, чуть-чуть легче. Но опять, гонки не мое. Я из игр я люблю шутаны, вот, шутанчики. Call of Duty, Battlefield, потом Герзулю. Ну и еще люблю такие игры, где можно, например, Sun Factory. Я иногда играю на Xbox Sun Factory. Там что-то построить, повыживать. Недавно купил игру Икарус. Это типа якобы похоже, знаешь, на что игру? Форест. Только в Форесте там деревья камни собираешь, ну и строишь, на тебя абориген нападает. А в Икарусе надо, помимо того, что собирать деревья камни, там надо собирать кислород, а у тебя будут открываться технологии, будешь технологии ставить, изучать. Но вместо аборигенов на тебя будут нападать всякие звери. И зверей можешь тоже приручать, они потом будут на тебя работать, звери там что-то таскать. Оседлал там зверя, прокатился. Можно играть онлайн с друзьями в Икарус. Там ураганы происходят в игре. После каждого урагана твой дом может портиться. Тебе надо потом отремонтировать крышу, стену дома. Просто 6 это с прокачкой. Каждая машина управляется по-разному. Но это долго. Ну да, если бы все было бы быстро и легко, как я так думаю, человеку это было бы быстро уже наскучало. Типа ты машину открыл, прокачал и все, и забыл про игру. А так ты будешь гриндить, ты будешь качаться.
Once we bring this thing online, it's going to attract a lot of attention. Here they come. Each Grabhound has a booster rig that lets them move quickly and fluidly around the environment. As the pressure rises, so does our power. Our turrets earn experience in combat, and they can be promoted to more powerful, specialized variants. Throughout each session, we earn reward pods, which contain randomized rewards that increase our combat
Хотите прикол? Сейчас я вам зачитаю просто приколы.
And if somebody misses a beat, they get a second chance.
Что ж, друзья, Xbox. Xbox высказался о своей позиции по поводу владения вашей физической коллекцией. И судя по тому, что я только что увидел, мы в надежных руках. Как Xbox Series, я знаю, что уже говорил это раньше в своем видео, но для тех, кто его не смотрел, повторю еще раз. Доброе утро, Xbox. Я помню, когда выигрывает на Xbox, вы всегда побеждаете. Это имеется в виду про физические диски на Xbox, что Xbox будут дальше выпускать свои игры и как в цифровом виде, так и в физическом, вернее в дисках. А вот Sony с этим беда беднейшая. Вот так. Там будут ждуны сидеть и ждать. А вдруг когда-нибудь Sony одумается и выпустит игры на дисках. Ну как-то так.
And that's GrabHounds. GrabHounds is coming to Xbox and PC, and it's available day one with Game Pass.
Титания тоже выживалка, но там приручать роботов. А, роботов приручать.
For a special theater experience highlighting an early quest in the much anticipated game. And joining me now to bring you guys at home through the demo experience, please welcome Fable game director Ralph Fulton. How are you, Ralph? Great to have you.
Super well, thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm so good, thank you for asking. Having a great time at Gamescom. I'm upset that I haven't been over to the theater experience just yet, but maybe I can take a little sneak peek now.
Скорее пираты выпустят на дисках. Это еще про что? Про игру пираты? Вот это море воров? Или про каких пиратов ты имеешь в виду?
This week at Gamescom, we have actually got not one but two demos that we're showing here today. But the one that we're looking at right now is one we're showing in a theater right here on the Xbox booth.
Так, покажите лицо персонажа. А то я смотрел скриншотики.
All the disparate bits of Fable that we've been teasing people about for what seems like years now. Right, you're going to see cinematics, you're going to see story, you're going to see choices and consequences, you're going to see combat. That's another big thing that we're talking about here.
Правда, лицо изменили. Раньше у этой героини лицо было, как будто она баб-мужик. Ну, какой-то трансгендер нахрен. А сейчас девушка. Молодцы, Лангрин. Услышали. Ух, я буду в этой игре плодиться и размножаться.
And how they'll play a role on how the villagers interact or how our character navigates through them.
Absolutely. So Burstone,
А слышу, что PS5 взломали, так что рано или поздно. Про тех, кто пиратит игры. Вон оно как. Про тех, кто пиратит игры.
Tons and tons to see and do and purchase and get involved with, and obviously that living population is really the sort of beating heart of the game.
Заметьте, у них над головой появляется такая типа маска. Это то, как они к тебе будут относиться. Типа хорошо, либо плохо. Маска наполовину черная, наполовину белая. Знаешь, они к тебе относятся типа так. Типа, ой, ну мы тебя еще не знаем. Черная маска, это типа они так к тебе относятся. Фу. А белая маска, я так понял, ну вот сейчас по геймплею, это типа вау! Чувак, ты крутой!
All the buildings in the city and indeed the game, you can go inside. They all have fully realized interiors. The design, the level of detail is just incredible. We live here, Elliot and I, with our daughter.
Сука, да поверните, а! Дайте мне лицо рассмотреть персонажа. Сынок!
Yeah, we're going to leave our father to deal with that question.
Probably. That's easier. The interior is absolutely gorgeous, Ralph.
Yeah, incredible work from our artists, incredible work from our technicians. A really beautiful game, and very varied within Burstone. We're going to see a variety of different parts of the city, which will all reflect the different statuses of the people who live here.
Обновил лицо главной героини.
So whereabouts are we headed off to? What is our hero up to on this journey?
Great. Well, quick story recap. What has brought us here is obviously that terrible event that happened at the start of the game. You'll remember from dev
Тут можно любого создавать.
Вон оно как. Including your grandma. Very sad. You grew up, you have left the village, and you're now looking for the help of the legendary heroes of the Heroes Guild, because Grandma said that if you're ever in trouble, that's where you should go to get some help. We couldn't quite get into the Heroes Guild earlier.
Ну,
We went and got a key
в этом году ладно, кто-нибудь еще поиграет в Fable, а уже потом все.
Humphrey the Golden, who you might remember
from
a trailer we did a couple of years ago.
Xbox.
We believe he's the guy that can help us save our grandma and our village.
А нет, изменили, я видел, да, увидел лицо. Красивое стало.
Indeed.
Раньше был, а теперь стало.
Again, the interior looks amazing. I love the artwork on the left.
Да, изменили, красивое лицо стало. Раньше реально ты смотришь на нее и думаешь, блядь, это трансгендер какой-то, или это рас какой-то, или это раска какая-то. А теперь, ну, женщина, мужик. Сразу видно.
Can I get a large beer, please? Thank you.
Да, я вот тут с тобой совершенно согласен. Но почему все-таки Fable не смогла остаться? Смотри, очень поздно фанаты начали требовать, очень поздно. Когда Аша стала у руля, фанаты еще не требовали. Вот только уже ближе к шоу-кейсу фанаты начали сразу шум поднимать, типа, хотим эксклюзивы, верни эксклюзивы, дай нам эксклюзивы, верни эксклюзивы. И Аша понимала, что договоренности уже те, которые идут с играми. Но прикол вот в чем. Смотри, Гирю она все-таки смогла забрать, потому что Гирю, по идее, уже должна была тоже выйти и на Xbox, и на ПК. Но, и на Xbox, и на ПК, на PlayStation 5. Но ее она смогла урвать. А вот остальные игры Sony начала сразу вырубать, типа, мол, уже, ребят, подписан договор, маркетинг типа оплачен, либо давайте тогда платите нам, типа, за то, что вы хотите отобрать игры, мы уже вам бабки заплатили за маркетинг тырым-пырым. Я же такая, ну окей, пусть эти игры, ладно, эти игры пусть будут на PlayStation, а уже в следующем году, типа, вам нарыло, чтоб сердце не ныло. Вот так. Ой, а сколько потом вони было в Твиттере. Сколько вони было. Они начали потом реально писать эти мои о том, что якобы игра не окупится. Блядь, да их даже собственные игры купить-то не могут. Они, а наши бедные там игры запереживали. И мне очень понравилось, когда Мэтью Боу, он вышел и сказал, ребят, да, мы понимаем, что эксклюзивы, возможно, не все окупятся. Мы понимаем, но мы готовы пойти на такой риск. Нам надо, чтобы у человека было мотив и желание купить именно Xbox. А ради чего выбрать Xbox? Правильно, эксклюзивы. Поэтому мы понимаем, что у нас на данном моменте вот два эксклюзива. Это Gears и Clock Revolution. Поэтому в дальнейшем мы будем выпускать от собственных студий эксклюзивы. Ну, там мы, конечно, тоже будем рассматривать, какая игра станет эксклюзивом, какая не станет эксклюзивом. Плюс мы будем договариваться с сторонними студиями, чтобы хотя бы у нас были временные эксклюзивы. Вот как Sony делает временные эксклюзивы на PlayStation 5, вот так же и мы будем делать, заявил Мэтью Боу. Вот так.
What can you do?
It's fair.
Yeah.
You will have millions of little choices like that, and they will scale up in importance.
Мне кажется, и Герза тоже перейдет на Sony. Нет, не перейдет она на PlayStation.
Okay, wow. I don't know
Кто
if I'm
тебе
ready
такой
for those.
сказал,
It'll take a long time
что
deciding
она
if it was tea or
перейдет на
coffee, so
плойку?
we'll find out about how I get on there. Going back a wee
Все
bit
это
of
уже
the cutscene we've just
объявлено,
seen
это
and
даже
the
не
trailer that you mentioned when we
обсуждается.
introduced Humphrey. Where
Это
did
уже
this
объявлено,
idea
что это
of the
будет
cutaways and the
эксклюзив
talking heads
Xbox
come
и
from,
ПК.
for the interviews within the gameplay? It's so interesting and gives us like a real
И
insight into
слух
some
о
of the
том,
more
что
important
типа
characters. I'm
якобы
really
это
curious.
временные эксклюзивы, которые начали потом Sony Boy писать, это слух тоже развило Аша Шарма и Мэтт Буки. Они потом заявили, что нет, это не временные эксклюзивы, это постоянно уже будут эксклюзивы. Типа вот Gears of War и Day это постоянный эксклюзив, и Clock Revolution тоже будет постоянный эксклюзив. Все.
Really just to prove out that pipeline, we recorded two speeches by two of our actors, which they did to camera. Really just because we wanted to study the face and see how it moved and
На Соньку Путин уже закрыт. Вот что мне самое прикольное. Смотри, Sony Boy все время хранили Xbox. Типа на боксе игр нет. Плойка продается лучше, Xbox продается хуже. Все игры только на плойке. А потом, бац, игр на PlayStation нихуя нет. Взять, например, 2023 год. Нет, игр вообще нету. 2025 год. Единственная игра Астробот, и все. Все эти годы, начиная с 2023, 2024, 2025, Sony Boy играли в наши игры. Но при этом сидели, хоронили Xbox. А теперь все. Как говорится, новая метла метет по-новому. Пришла Аша, забрала игры, сказала: все, ребята, 2027 года, начиная даже с этого момента, у нас будут свои эксклюзивы. И Sony будет такие сразу: что? Какие эксклюзивы? Они у вас не окупаются. Чего?
Ralph, what are we seeing with the combat here?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what we call style weaving combat, right? And it's
они даже настолько Sony Boy народ, они реально сидели, трындели про, например, GTA 6 предзаказы. Они сидели, врали. Они говорят, один к одному. Типа один человек купил GTA 6 на Xbox, а 8 людей купило на плойке. Типа один к одному. Ну теперь ты понял, да, почему? Xbox опроверг этот миф. Они говорят: ребят, ну это неправда, что один к одному. И у нас покупает много людей, и на PlayStation покупает много людей. Кстати, что самое прикольное, Xbox, когда я предзаказываю игру GTA 6 на Xbox, мне дали бесплатно подписку в GTA+. Она просто с игрой шла, если ты предзаказываешь на Xbox. А вот если человек предзаказывает игру на плойке 5, то там никаких плюшек нету. И еще в чем прикол? Sony Boy орали: вот, смотрите, Sony и Rockstar объединились. У них один маркетинг. Но если мы зайдем на официальный сайт Sony, и я такой думаю: странно, где их маркетинг? Там на главной странице у них даже не GTA 6, а их не Росомаха. А вот если зайти на официальный канал Xbox, сайт, там GTA 6 красуется. Я пока GTA 6 не покупал. Ну, я предсказал. Посмотрим, что будет с этой игрой, как она выйдет. Я купил игру в надежде, что вдруг, конечно, могу ошибаться, вдруг они добавят РП-сервер, потому что, знаешь, что на ПК официальный РП-сервер был, а вот на консолях не было. Я надеюсь, что в этом поколении они сделают, что и на консолях будет тоже РП-сервер.
It's based on how you want to develop as a hero, and I guess also your particular style in combat. You know, so you're not bound by any specific class. You can basically build the loadout that you want. Personally, I'm all about power, so a big hammer, damage dealing spells. There are lots more skilled players than me who use crowd control and teleports and what have you. You know, so it's all about how you want to take on a combat encounter.
Nice. I am impressed by some of the magic we've seen here and earlier in the year as well. I'm excited to get my hands on it. Very pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so we made it to a tavern, a wee pub. Fine.
You got business with Ronnie or what?
That's right. This is the hangout of the guy.
Tell you.
The Silks? Is it the Silks? I think it's the Silks. We're trying to
Никита, ты в какие игры играешь на Xbox?
Yes, we're trying to negotiate our way in here.
Rockstar сказала, пока что без онлайн, все только сосредоточено на соло-сюжете. Да-да-да, пока да, а потом попозже по-любому онлайн они выпустят, по-любому. Сегодня я кайфану от Forza 6. Хоть и играл и в 4-ю, и 5-ю часть, только красивый город. Токио красивый город. А советую тебе еще поиграть? Ну, конечно, ты можешь не играть, с Римом поиграть, так и там полностью русская озвучка даже из Рима. Можешь потом поиграть в Quantum Break, там и фильм, и игра, и какой-то сюжет выберешь в самой игре, сюжет будет меняться и в самом фильме. Можно и фильм смотреть, и играть в игру. Вот. Quantum Break и с Римом можешь поиграть, там тоже интересный сюжет.
So yeah, we're cash rich, so we're just going to pay the $2.5 grand.
Easy way. There you go.
Can't you look the other way?
Также можешь поиграть, но это уже тоже по желанию. Titanfall 2. У тебя, кстати, ты говорил, что у тебя подписан Game Pass Ultimate, а в Ultimate входит еще Electronic Arts игры. Жду DLC на Ведьмака 3. Наверное, на ПК, так как там будет озвучка. Вот же не когда вчера, если на Gamescom же показывали Ведьмака 4.
I guess the likelihood is that they're behind this locked door, but you know, our hero is resourceful. We're going to pick this lock.
She did give us a wee clue to have a look about. Well, tell us not to, but what are you going to do in this scenario? Not open the locked door?
Exactly.
Oh, I love all the trinkets we've got around here.
Yeah, and we don't do it in this video, but there's a lot more to rummage through in this particular room. But yeah, in the interest of time, we're just going to grab the guild deeds and go.
Yeah, Ralph, I'm really guilty for that. I'll check in every nook and cranny.
I do the same.
Good,
yeah.
good.
I think it's good player behaviour.
Me too. Yeah. Thank you. Vindication. I like that.
Had a few too many pints, actually. You smug git.
Да, на Ведьмака уже 3 выходили, там, помню, DLC, кровь и вино, если мне память не изменяет. И еще потом какая-то DLC была. А ты какую ждешь DLC на Ведьмака 3? Установил Death Stranding, тоже понравилось. У меня Ultimate. Не знал, что можно на клаве и мыши играть. Не, можно играть. Можешь подключить клаву мыши и играть как на ПК. Вот и все. Не все, правда, игры поддерживают клаву мыши там, но там очень много, уже огромный список игр, которые реально поддерживают клаву мыши. Даже World of Tanks, если ты вдруг качаешь на Xbox, то тоже можешь подключить клаву мыши и играть на клаву мышки.
But you can play the game in a bunch of different ways. We actually had somebody playing in hands-on over in our behind closed doors demos today who absolutely blitzed through it. Incredible skill level, did it on the highest difficulty level. So our team were sort of standing around applauding. Wow. So you can bring a lot to it. I think one of the things we're trying to show this week with the demos we're doing is that you can come to this with whatever skill level you have, and the game will meet you at it. We have a bunch of different difficulty levels and also a range of enemies that will challenge you in different ways.
Yeah, that sounds class. Speaking of a range of different enemies, we've got quite a large gentleman here with maybe a different level of threat than our heroes face. What are we seeing?
Чё мужик топором какой-то? А по нему стреляй, ему тут он ни хрена, все по барабану. Блядь, да как его убить нахрен? О, ну наконец-то, по хлебалу. По хлебалу, значит, надо ему в хлебальник стрелять. Так, DLC для игры Ведьмака 3. Это новый и трейлер показывали. А, вот оно как. Хотел я сначала комп за такие деньги взять, но с учетом подорожания решил не... Думал, взял консоль, так как она тянет все новинки. Или даже что-то старенькое. Ну, во-первых, да, ты не, смотри, в этом плане ты не прогадал по поводу консоли. Ты можешь играть игры по обратной совместимости с 360 Xbox, с Xbox One, несколько игр от Xbox оригинала. Вот этим похвастаться PlayStation не может по поводу обратки. И вот новый Helix, который вы должен выйти ближе к 2028, вот он тоже будет поддерживать обратную совместимость со всех консолей, начиная от оригинала.
In our game, this is a genuine quest from our game, and it combines all those things, right? There's conversations, there's choices, there's moral dilemmas, there's freedom, there's combat, there's humor, there's cinematics, there's people from Peep Show. You know, so it's kind of got everything. We're getting a really great reaction from folks in the theatre at Gamescom this week. I hope many more will continue queuing for it tomorrow. And yeah, we're just hoping folks at home enjoyed this sneak peek at the game that we're building.
I hope they did too. I'll be first in queue tomorrow. Ralph, thank you so much for sharing.
Я просто так напомню, что 28 числа на моем канале выйдет еще ролик про PlayStation будет связан. Так что, чтобы не пропустить, подписывайтесь. Кто уже подписан, ребят, спасибо большое вам за подписку на моем канале. Вот. Спасибо Володе, Никите, спасибо тоже огромное. Вот. Также у меня еще есть Twitch канал, там я тоже буду стримить. Вот игры. Здесь у меня, смотри, я разделил два канала. YouTube канал чисто такой, скажем, блог. Тут я про Xbox, PlayStation рассказываю. Вот. То, что происходит. А там на Твиче, вот там уже играю. Просто игры, просто играю. Нет у меня там никаких там консольных войн, все такое. Просто играю. Вот Twitch канал. Можешь, Витек, Витя, у меня вот мое имя. А, все, первый день, конец Gamescom. Ну все, видишь, уже конец Gamescom как раз. Ладненько, ребята, я тогда тоже буду на этом заканчивать, закругляться. Стрим у нас уже шел 3 часа 11 минут. Большое еще раз всем огромное спасибо за то, что подписались, за то, что пришли. Мы с вами общались сегодня в чате. Увидимся в роликах, на стримах. Всем большое спасибо. Всем пока, ребят.